Today marks 2 years, folks. 2 years from the great fish fry that sent the PBC spiraling out of control. It was something that I chronicled for a very long time. They had a lot riding on that fight. I believe that their livelihood actually rided on that fight. Them as a brand, they took a major hit, you know? It was August 29th. It was July 29th, pardon me. It was July 29th of 2023 when Errol Spence Jr. got the shit kicked out of him. It's not even about pouring salt on the wounds because Errol's not a bad guy. He doesn't strike me as a bad guy per se. Well, the stuff with Derek James kind of does because he was screwing him. That came out a year after the fight that he was basically screwing Derek on the money. So maybe he isn't a good guy. And maybe what happened to him was karma because he was screwing Derek James out of all that money. But they had a lot riding on that fight, that Spence versus Crawford fight. What was a last ditch effort to deliver big numbers to the Showtime platform. That was the only reason that they made it. They were backed into a corner and they didn't have a whole lot of other options to deliver something big to Showtime. So they finally came around to doing that fight. I think most people will have forgotten that before they actually made the fight, there was an audio leak of Errol Spence Jr. talking to Stefan Espinoza about how he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman at 154. That was the alternative they gave Errol. In order to not make the Crawford fight, they offered him a Keith Thurman fight at 154 for no belt at all. And Errol, he was against that. He said that for that, he'd rather fight Crawford. But the only reason they made that fight was because they were failing to deliver big numbers to Showtime. And it was like a last ditch effort to really do something big to maybe get them to stay on board with boxing. But by then it was too late. Like if you've been following this channel long enough, you'll remember that I did video after video talking about that. Virtuoso said, Happy Fish Fry Day. Yep, it's Fish Fry Day, y'all. I hope y'all put through a nice piece of salmon on the grill. Those two fights that week, the Inoue versus Fulton fight in the middle of the week, and the Spence versus Crawford fight that weekend, that effectively heralded the beginning of the end of the PBC. The beginning of the end. We're not at the end yet, but we're very close. Shout out to Malik. Everybody hashtag Happy Fish Fry Day, y'all, in the comment section. That IBFP live was hilarious. Yeah, yo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hashtag Happy Fish Fry Day. There goes Country searching my social security number. It's crazy. But that fight, I think that was the beginning of the end for the PBC. Not just because of the Showtime stuff, but because of the damage that their brand took. It was almost like confirmation that, the fighters that you see on this side of the street, they're just no good, because they both lost in demoralizing fashion. Shout out to Pork Chop. Yo, Pork Chop, I fucking happy birthday to Mama Crawford as well, Fish Fry. I saw Fantastic Four, bro. I saw Fantastic Four. I liked it. I give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I feel that they got the vibe of the comic book right, and the casting was really good, especially for Susan Storm. I never liked Jessica Alba in that role. I felt that she was too young. And the girl that they picked after that, I never liked her either. She looks nothing like Sue Storm. This time with Kirby, they really got it right. They got the family vibe right. But I do feel that there's gonna be spoilers. If you're gonna stay here, there's gonna be spoilers. I felt that they could have done Galactus better. I would go as far as saying that I would not have used Galactus. I would not have tried to tell that story in one film. I would have tried to tell it in two, maybe three. I would have spent the first movie with the Fantastic Four fighting the Silver Surfer and maybe convincing the Silver Surfer to help them as the threat approaches. I didn't like that it was all so condensed. And then when he actually gets there, it's not everything that it could have been for me. But I did like the movie mostly. I liked that Johnny was actually smart. Yeah, I liked that too. I liked that too. Um, they got it right in the sense that if you read Fantastic Four comics and if you watch the cartoons, Sue is the heart of the group. Sue Storm, the wife, the sister, she's the heart of the group, and that came across in the movie. That like, yeah, Sue is basically what holds them together. You know. Shout out to Undefeated. Man, if you don't stop fucking playing, I'm not watching that movie, dog. No one on earth is gonna make me watch that movie. I tell you what, motherfucker gonna have to send me $200 to watch that movie. That's the only way I'll watch that movie. The only way. Fuck with that shit. Not watching that shit. Motherfucker gonna have to send me $200 for me to watch that fucking movie. Because otherwise, I'm not watching that fucking movie. Shout out to my man Horace. Dark Knight or Bat? I love Dark Knight, bro. I love Dark Knight. I'll be honest that I really didn't like Reeves's Batman. I never liked Robert Pattinson in that role. I did like Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, but I didn't like Robert Pattinson as Batman. He doesn't look like Batman. He looks weak. He looks gay. And I never liked him as Batman. There we go, Caesar. There we go. That's the kind of time I'm on, bro. We on the same time. Cancel that bullshit. Dark Knight, for me, I loved it. I love all three. It just kept getting better and better. It's a trilogy that actually got better, you know. Because the first one, I felt it was kind of mid. The second one, I loved, and the third one to me was just as good as the second one. Shout out to motherfucking Mr. Calderon. 200 by committee. I'm telling you, I'm not watching that movie, y'all. Unless a motherfucker sent $200 to my Cash App right now, there is no chance I'm watching that movie. Y'all kiss my ass. And don't send the $200 either, because even if you send it, I may not watch that movie. I'm not watching that movie. Fuck that shit. But Fantastic Four, I really liked it. 7 out of 10 for me. I do think it could have been better. I do think Galactus could have been built up more. When you're talking about a villain on that scale, you need to give it time, and I don't think they gave it enough time. I think that the entire first movie should have just been them fighting the Silver Surfer and trying to convince the Silver Surfer to help them while they try to figure out the problem. I felt that it moved way too fast. Certain aspects of it were moving way too fast, and it didn't have the feel that it could have had. That you're talking about an entity that eats planets, right? This is supposed to be extinction level event stuff, right? You need to give that time to grow. Yeah, I don't like woke shit, man. I don't like woke shit. Everybody's mad at Sydney Sweeney. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. They used a white broad with a big chest and a pretty face in an ad, and everybody's losing their minds. I'm like, what planet am I on, dog? Now, the Silver Surfer that they chose, I didn't mind that actress in that role. I didn't mind it, but because of the story they're telling, it was unnecessary to make the Silver Surfer a female, because there is a female Silver Surfer, but not in that story. That's Snorin Rad. That was the guy Silver Surfer that was acting as the Herald of Galactus when he first visited Earth. There was not really a need to make the Silver Surfer a female. I still, from a creative standpoint, don't know why they chose to do that. Another thing that I would have did differently is Galactus doesn't speak. They had Galactus speaking English in there, and that completely took me out. That completely took me out of the illusion. I would have did that Galactus doesn't speak. The Herald speaks for him, which I think would have made him seem more menacing because you can't even talk to him. He won't have an audience with you, you know? The idea that a guy who predates the known universe happens to speak English was silly to me. That was just silly. Like, yeah, like Galactus shouldn't be in there mincing words with people that are the size of ants. It gives away that he's supposed to be a god. You kill the god effect if he's sitting here having a conversation with a couple of ants. Doom probably going to meet with Galactus. All Fantastic Four are trash. The new one looks promising. I saw it, bro. It was okay, but there were things about it that I didn't like. For a feature film adaptation, I'm not going to do Galactus talking to people. That's one thing I would not do. I would do that anything he has to say is relayed through his herald. That he's not going to talk to you. The same way if you got an important person, right? You talk to their secretary. You don't talk to them. You talk to their secretary. You got to call their office, and even then, you don't get to talk to them. You talk to their secretary or you talk to their lawyer. I would have did it like that because this guy, if you don't know the backstory on Galactus, the reason he is the way that he is because he's from before the Big Bang. That's why he's always so hungry. He's from before the Big Bang. So the universe, the way that it is, he cannot sustain. He's not supposed to exist in this universe. So when you're thinking about something on that scale, like how could he have survived that, right? He has to seem larger than life at all times. Shout out to my man Pork Chop. This Fantastic Four in the main universe, which is why we didn't get the main. You're right. And they started off the movie telling you that this was Earth 848, whatever it is. And that's why everything in it was so retro. It was a cross between a futuristic New York City where people still dress like they're in the 50s. Because everybody was wearing 50s clothes and shit. There was 50s cars in the street, but at the same time, you saw that, they got technology. They got rocketry. They got a fucking slipstream machine orbiting the planet, you know? I liked most of the movie. But when it got to Galactus, they did let me down a bit. I expected more. Like I said, I would not have done him talking to people that he's gonna eat. Who the fuck sits there and talks to their sandwich? Not me. You know? But I really there were other things that I really liked. I liked that they got the family dynamic. They really got it right with the family dynamic. The casting was great. I like that you felt that the Sue was the heart of the group because she is. If you read the comics, you know that Sue is the heart of the Fantastic Four, and that they do regularly deal with very big threats. They're one of the stronger teams in the Marvel universe. Is the Fantastic Four. Danny, I wouldn't have even did him talking, bro. Don't you notice that when it's a thing like it's almost like a superiority thing if you do that he doesn't talk to people because why would he have to? You know what I mean? If he's a guy who goes from planet to planet eating planets, why would he need to mince words with his food? He wouldn't. That's why I would do that. Anything that he might have to say, he would say it through his herald. He wouldn't even talk to people. That's how I would have did it because that would have been a more effective way to get it across that you're dealing with an irresistible force. You're dealing with a force of nature that you shouldn't be able to negotiate with Galactus any more than you would negotiate with a hurricane or a tornado or a tsunami. You can't negotiate with these things. They're forces of nature. That's how I would have did him. That you can't sit there and tell him, please help. No, you know what I mean? But I did like the movie though. For the most part, There was a lot more that I liked about the movie than things I didn't like about the movie. I just felt that when dealing with the problem of Galactus, they rushed it. It felt too fast. And for the way that they built him up, they didn't, I don't really feel like they did him justice. The only moment that I really liked on when Galactus is on screen is when they showed the scale of him. That at the very bottom of the screen, there are 4 tiny figures and his eyes light up. That was straight out of the comic books. I got goosebumps seeing that because that was straight out of the comic books. But a lot of the other stuff, like when he's marching through New York and he's tripping and that just felt fucking comical, dog. That felt comical. Shout out to Joshua Kunju. Pascal can act. Whatever we may think of him, played Reed well. Thoughts on that post-fight? Well, the only thing I saw in the post-credit scene was that Dr. Doom was in the living room, but that didn't do anything for me. My dick didn't get hard. Did yours? Doom was in the living room. Okay. And? What? What? You know? Yo, thank you, Danny. You fucking hit the nail on the head, bro. Thank you. That with Thanos, you just saw him here and there. And by the time you actually got to see him on screen, you felt how dangerous he was. You could see that, like, yeah, this guy's just, what the fuck, man, with this guy, right? And I felt that they had an opportunity there to do that with Galactus, that we could have got 2 to 3 movies out of him just making his way to Earth. That while he's making his way to Earth, they're fighting the Silver Surfer. They're trying to figure out the problem. Maybe they convince the Silver Surfer to help them, because that did happen in the comics. And maybe you get a cameo or 2 and everybody fucking goes crazy, right? To do it all, or to try to do it all in one film, not for the scale of the threat that they're supposed to be dealing with. I felt it was too fast. But like I said, most of the movie I did like. No. Look, I agree with you comic-wise, because they've dealt with Galactus. Lots of people have dealt with Galactus on more than one occasion. But to be able to show that on screen, just me being a nerd, to be able to show Galactus on screen and do him justice to a generation that may not have been familiar with him, I would have made him the big bad. I know that Doom, he has more stuff, but I would have made Galactus the big bad, because there's a lot of people don't know fuck all about Galactus, So you could have reintroduced the character in a way that would have put him on par with Thanos. Shout out to Mexican Killer. Jules, if the fight between Callum and Morrell happens, what's more likely to happen? Callum by KO or Morrell by UD? God damn, you asked some good questions, bro. You asked some really good fucking questions. Shit. Look, I think about that fight. And there are a lot of things about David Morrell that I just don't like. He can box, but he doesn't have instincts. He can box, but he doesn't have urgency. Callum has urgency, and you saw that in the Buatsi fight, that he does have urgency. I just don't think Morrell hits hard enough to render him gun shy, and I don't think he's active enough to disarm him and control him. You know what I mean? That he's not active enough, Morrell. Shout out to Damone. With your love of comics and knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, do you watch anime, Jules? Some of the domestic stories and animation put there. I did grow up watching Dragon Ball Z, but I was not a fan. I have to say that. I grew up watching it, but I was not a fan. However, I always gave it respect for its cultural impact, because I knew some guys, man, they were really bad guys, but they all watched Dragon Ball Z. I'm not even fucking kidding with you, dog. Talking about some real unsavory characters that'll sit down and chop it up with you about Goku and Vegeta. Shout out to the dude that made Dragon Ball Z, because it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, but I acknowledge that it's beloved. You know, Dragon Ball Z is beloved by a lot of people, bro. Shout out to Edgar Moreno. Smith by KO, bet on it. Damn, you feel that strong about it, yo? We'll talk about that tonight. We'll see what the panel thinks about that fight because they said that they're in the process of finishing it. You know? And I did like it though. That's my end rating for that movie. I would give it a 7. A 7. Solid 7. It could have been better, but it was still good. It was still okay. Now over to the boxing. More and more people are saying that Gervonta Davis is on the eve of retiring. That's what it's all over the place. It's on ESPN Knockout. Rick Glacier posted about it. Several smaller boxing accounts on Twitter are posting about it. They're likely all just relaying the same information, getting it from each other. But that is the prevalent rumor that's out there that he's about to hang them up. And if he does, you know, that's disastrous for the PBC as a brand, if you even want to think of them as a brand. To me, they're kind of a non-factor at this point. They just don't do enough cards in a calendar year, the last calendar year. They're not even doing enough cards to where they're relevant to the conversation. They're just like, no, they're not. The biggest thing you did this year was a 46-year-old Pacquiao versus Barrios. That's the biggest thing you did this year. You could do another big fight with Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach because now that is a big fight. Now it is, but Gervonta wants to retire. You know? Let's open up the chat to the panel. Vanessa Kirby, though, a standout performance as Invisible Woman. Standout performance. Because that's how she is in the comics. That's even how she was in the cartoon. Standout performance as the Invisible Woman. One thing I will say, though, another thing I had an issue with is, if you're saying that the difference between Earth living and Earth dying is you have to give up your kid, I actually felt it was selfish that they didn't. That wouldn't have been the conflict for me. If you're saying that the difference between an elemental force coming to Earth and not devouring it is you have to sacrifice your child, one would think that the common sense, even though it's painful, even though it's a conflict, but, you know, from a writing perspective, it's going to come across as selfish that you didn't want to give up your kid, that you would gamble this. Your kids, think about it logically. This guy comes and you don't give him your kid, you won't have a place to raise your kid. You won't be alive, dog. But, you know, I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Bro, what did I just walk into, Jules? What's going on, bro?
I mean, if you didn't see Fantastic Four, bro, I'm going to fuck it up for you.
No, I didn't.
Do you feel insulted?
I heard the drinker's take on it. He admitted it was good. That was good. That was a good.
It was
thing.
good. It was good,
Yeah.
Don. It was good, but there were things. Maybe I'm just a perfectionist because I see the potential it could have had. Understand? You know, I'm old. I always wanted to see Galactus done by someone like James Cameron, who has big vision. He really fleshes out these ideas. And Galactus is always rushed whenever they try to do him. I feel that whenever I would draw Galactus, whenever I would use that character in a comic, because I can draw, and I can still draw, and I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. I would do it like it's a fucking free for all, dog. Like it's it's nuts.
Yeah,
because
I'm not familiar too much with the nemesis of the Fantastic Four. That's the only villain.
So let me describe. For those that don't know, the reason I've always found Galactus as a fun character to write for and a fun character to draw, I love drawing Galactus, is because of the kind of frames you can do with him. You can do things that are surreal because he's a surreal character. You have a character that's supposed to predate the Big Bang, which is why he's hungry. He was around before the Big Bang. And I always love the idea of trying to write for that. They're like, what, before the Big Bang?
No, I like the idea
the
that
hell
it
was
doesn't
he
matter what
doing?
multiverse it is, that it's the same Galactus.
So
Somehow-
Galactus is in the new Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, and
I gotta
there
see
is
it. I gotta see it.
there is some honestly there was some visuals there that were straight out of the panel, man. Like they were beautiful visuals, right? But even with that, I know they could have been better because there's little things like the idea that a giant who devours planets is gonna sit there and have a conversation with 4 fucking ants. You killed me. You took me out.
Not
Like
happening.
no,
Not
he shouldn't.
fucking
He
happening.
shouldn't. He shouldn't be
My
talking to them.
My question was this: who are the other villains, and couldn't they have just written the first film with them fighting another, like some other villains that are not as
There were
big?
there were some other villains that they could have done that I could think of, right? But it's not that I wouldn't have done. It's not that I wouldn't have done Galactus first. He would have been the first threat, but you don't see him. You don't really get him in the first movie. I would have broke it down into 2 movies. The first movie, you're fighting the Silver Surfer, and you're trying to find out about the Silver Surfer. Why are you doing this? Why do you have titties? Why are you kind of hot even though you don't have private parts?
Right.
All kinds of stuff, right? You're figuring this out in the first.
Titties with no nipples are useless.
Shut the fuck up, real talk. It's like the
Good point,
Batman
man.
suit. It's like the Batman. Now, in the first movie, that would be the focus of the first movie, so that by the end of it, Silver Surfer is thinking about helping you, and then you get Galactus in the second movie. Then it's a shit show. Then it's like, fuck, he's here.
Well, the only reason I raise that question,
You know
is
what I
because
think
all the
modern
remakes-
Marvel movies, their problem is? They lack patience.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. They like not just the Marvel, but all the remakes we're seeing, it's the same villains over and over. I'm like, do another villain, like make it about the villain more. And I think the superhero movies, when they make it more about the villain, are more interesting.
Well, Don, I could tell that Don knows movies like more than the rest of you idiots. You guys don't know shit about shit, but Don, he fucking knows. Shut the fuck up,
movies.
country.
No,
Shut
don't
the
fuck with me,
fuck
Jules.
up.
Don't fuck with me, Jules. I know movies, bro. I know movies. Don't fuck with me, Jules.
Alex, don't bullshit me. You don't know nothing about movies. You don't fucking
Get the
know
fuck
nothing.
out of here, bro. You're
Okay,
wild.
now listen. Don said something that I know from a writing perspective. Not that I'm an amazing writer, but like I said, when I was a kid, I did used to create my own characters. I would spend hours drawing.
You write plays?
I wear dresses, and I wear dresses when I write them. Okay, but check this out. I came to learn that principle at age 11. Never mind the heroes. I'm telling you the truth. Never mind the heroes. I made villains. Focus on the villain, because the villain, the scale of the villain will justify the scale of the hero. He's only as good a hero as his adversary.
The anti-hero tactic is the one that works the best and engages more audiences. Like the first Batman with Michael Keaton, it should have been called the Joker, because that's what it was about. It was about the inception of the Joker, and then the Dark Knight.
Subconsciously, that's why so many people have liked Batman and Spider-Man. They have the most legendary villains. Those two
I've
characters.
always loved villains, man.
Shut the fuck up, country. Jesus.
Fuck you, man. I'm just sitting like everybody else. You fucking prick.
Bro,
No, you
good
don't,
timing. Good timing, bro.
Shut up, man.
I fucking love country. He knows that. I gotta
Country,
follow
you're
him.
a problem. You're a
You
real,
know what?
real
I'm gonna get
problem.
your address
This is awesome.
and mail you the goddamn Superman DVD.
I'm
motherfucker.
gonna fuck you. Now.
No,
You're
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna track you down. We're gonna drug you, and we're gonna make you watch that
I
fucking
swear.
Superman shit.
Nope.
swear
Jules,
to-
don't break, bro.
I'll
Jules.
set you up and
strong,
invite
dog.
you out somewhere, and
No,
then the
fuck
fucking
that. Hey,
TV
listen.
screen's
Let me
gonna
tell y'all
pop up.
something.
seriously. Don said you can look at almost any movie where they've done that, and it's absolutely true that if you focus on the villain and build up the villain, it's way better to just focus on the bad guy.
Spider-Man 2, all they had to do was just invest a good 20 minutes into building the story arc of Doc Ock, and it became even better. It just was so much better. The Sandman thing was so rushed. It was so quick.
That was so
and it was so watered down.
No, and they used the guy from Ned and Stacy. You remember Ned and Stacy? Channel 5?
I don't know.
You guys not
He's laughing.
This guy's Sandman. This guy. Get
Oh yeah, the Sandman. It was awful.
Hey, Jules, here's
But it
my
felt
issue.
rushed.
Here's my issue, y'all. And this goes for the whole panel, everybody. Here's my issue with comics turn movies. It's only one fucking issue, man. When you I have no issue with embellishing a little bit and not being exactly strict to what happened in the comics. Fine, because you got to make a movie. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get so far fucking away to where it's not even conceivable and it doesn't make sense, that's where I have a problem. It's like, come on, y'all. Like, really? What are we doing?
That was my problem. I'm gonna say that was my. I actually liked Nicolas Cage in the Ghost Rider movie, but what you said, that was my problem. Nicolas Cage was playing Johnny Blaze, but dressed up as Dan Ketch with Dan Ketch's bike. They combined.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
They combined
yeah.
like the Ghost Rider that he played was not a stuntman. The Ghost Rider that everybody knows and everybody likes, that design, that's not Johnny Blaze. That's Dan Ketch, a New York detective who was gunned down and sold his soul. That and his bike and the whole getup that everybody likes to
but you
draw.
know what? Back then, during that time period of just like movie making in general, they were doing that with a lot of different properties, not just Marvel comics, like books in and of themselves as well, where like they would take a group of books. And instead of it, they full fleshing out the whole series, they would take like the first 2 or 3 books and just jam them all into one movie, and it would fuck up the continuity, and it would fuck up a lot of the characters and shit.
Look at him, continuity, fucking real talk, fucking 3 syllables.
Yeah, I watch movies too. I'm stupid. I'm not retarded.
Damn, I love that.
He's right.
I love that shit.
No, but
talk, keep it up.
He's fucking smart, fucking sexy. Check it out. That if I'm gonna do a Ghost Rider movie, if it's me, right, I wouldn't even use the same setup that they're using for an Iron Man movie. There's too much color. If you read a Ghost Rider comic and you're gonna sell Ghost Rider to people, you gotta get that dark occult kind of feel, because it's not a happy comic. Happy shit doesn't happen in Ghost Rider, dog. Nope. It doesn't happen.
I mean, it's entirely struggle. It's like
kind of like
about
Spawn,
hell, bro. Like
fucking Spawn.
I'll give you a hint. It's sort of like you have to get. Who saw Constantine with Keanu Reeves?
I saw that one.
Oh, yep.
Well, there's few moments. I would say the first half hour to 45 minutes. That's the kind of vibe you get from Ghost Rider. You're talking about demons. You're talking about devils.
You know who would probably be a really good fucking director for that movie?
Who?
Guillermo del Toro.
Tim Burton.
A lot of practical effects, bitch. That'd be awesome.
Maybe I'm acting like a little bitch, but I love Coogler. I love Coogler for that project because of that first hour of Sinners.
I can see that.
I would love Coogler because he got the vibe. Like he know how to set a vibe that you like. What the fuck?
He's very good at world building.
Yes, he builds at which you seldom see in this.
Constantine, Jules, like after the first half, that movie was fucking.
No, because you know what? About
after the first half, I was just waiting to see Rachel Weisz's titties, bro. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
No. So the one thing about honestly, bro, the one thing about Sinners that like really turned me on was that they were Irish.
Yeah.
So
that was really fucking interesting to me. That was like, well, why? Like,
dog,
Irish?
I could use a fucking sequel because one of the things I loved about it so much is the Native Americans showed up and they told that bitch.
Yeah,
fucking warned them, bro.
But what's even cooler is that they never showed back up.
Because they fucking knew, like, okay, bitch.
Yeah,
when the sun goes down, we out of here, dog.
I gotta get back to the fucking tribe. Fuck this.
You listen to the Native Americans.
There was also Wendigo shit.
Jesus.
What? What did I say that was so wrong?
Jesus.
Hey, I will say though.
Get right, bro.
Country Jesus. That's right. I'm Jesus to you, motherfucker. I'm your God.
Hey, beat his ass, country.
Hold on, let me read the super chat. Shout out to my man Edgar Moreno. Skank Davis will not be missed. LDBC on Suicide Watch. These lives too late, man. I want to join the panel, Jules. running a Ponzi scheme. I am running a Ponzi scheme.
100%,
I'll try.
brother.
No. I'll try to do them a little bit earlier. I'll switch up the time so that you could jump on.
I had a question there. So that's official then. He announced the retirement?
I mean, the rumor's getting around a lot. It is getting around a lot, but I'm treating it as a rumor. But do I think it's possible? Yes, dog. Like, ese tipo no tiene corazón. Like that. He's not that kind of guy.
Even Rick tweeted it right now. He's hearing
everybody's tweeting. No, ESPN Knockout tweeted it.
What gives me like the idea that this is real is the fact that this isn't one of those the fake announcements where they're just trying to like garner attention for their next fight or whatever. No, this is coming from like the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Like this is rumors and this is like rumblings and a tiny hearing.
You just wanted an excuse to say pipe. Listen.
That was good.
Listen, the shit is that hand on heart, I think Gervonta Davis is struggling mentally. I think he's struggling mentally to even figure out why didn't he knock him out. I don't think Gervonta Davis knows that, because it's like he was within his range. He was within striking distance of Lamont Roach, and he's losing the exchanges where normally he knocks the guy out there. He could knock this guy out.
Because Lamont was slipping with the punches.
Yeah.
Did you ever see like
punches? Shut the fuck up. Ray didn't even get to say nothing yet, country. Jesus.
I was gonna say like, yeah, did you see like
you shut the fuck up, god damn it.
I thought it was overrated, but it was like or like, you know, how people were saying like, yo, Lamont really knows this dude, like, and I was like, y'all are just tripping. It's just the hype of the fight.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
There goes the mic.
Is that me?
Jesus, country.
Anyway. But so I was what's it called? And I saw somebody put up a video and they were like, yo, he legit knows everything about Tank. Like it was like something just small where they're like,
that's just dick riding shit, bro. That's just like
it's not like
no, it's not dick riding because we saw it play out.
It literally happened.
That's the way of justifying why he was.
It's not
justification. You saying it after the fact. He's saying that there were people before the fight who were saying Lamont knows him because they came up on the
honestly,
scene
the
together.
only person I heard talking like that was
y'all didn't even fucking let Ray finish what the fuck he was saying.
Fuck Ray.
But it was like a simple thing. Hey, bro. Hey, you could watch it yourself. But it was like a simple thing where he said like, yo, every time Tank's hands are like down, that's when he's about to counter. And then every single time his hands are up, then he's not about to do shit, and you could just freely punch him in the face. And I was like, damn,
that's like fuck all that, bro. We talk about his career. Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It is very fucking transparent and clear that the only thing going forward left for Tank to even be relevant are fights that are threatening to his record. That's why he's fucking retiring.
He's all but came out and said that he doesn't want to lose. So he's a
like I said, the only thing left for him are people who are threats to his own, bro. And
let me read the super chat. Mr. T said, all they'll have left is whose mic is that, dog?
Oh no.
Hello? Is that me?
Bravo, bro.
Nah.
Mr. T said, all they'll have left is email Yeti, and a lost the yard would not only bury the phrase Eurobum, but that's what's left of the perception of the PBC. Yeah, before, got another one coming in. Mexican Killer said, okay, Jules, another hard question. What's more likely to happen? Rolly becomes a 3-time champion or Tank not hitting his woman?
Rolly. No question, Rolly.
Why would you even put that into the universe?
Yeah, but before I go smoke the cigarette, what I wanted to say was him retiring, right? I feel vindicated because I said this 4 years ago. Before he fights any of these people that we want him to fight, he will retire. I literally said it in video after video. It's not gonna happen. And I'm gonna go as far as saying I think it's because he knows he's the Harlem Globetrotters of boxing. You know that real is real. If you gotta fight people, they will beat you. You know that. Like, you know that. That's why you so opposed to it. You know, if you really got to fight
Shakur, how he wins his fights, bro. He straight loses them up until the knockout. Like, let's be fucking
literally like a baby.
Hey, Jules, since you're still here, I would ask Country, but you're still here. What kind of squares you smoke, dog?
Who, me?
Yeah, what kind
of squares? I'm from New York.
Hey, what,
Shorts are
read
long. King.
No,
long.
hundreds, bro.
Yeah, the long ones.
Hey, read the
one.
next
Yeah.
I could have told you that. That's in the Ring IQ lore book.
Shout out to
That's it.
George. R.I.P. Dwight Muhammad Kawi. Yeah, man, that shit's sad, dog.
That's
That
Oh
shit's sad, man.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, like I don't have a lot to add to Tank potentially retiring because it's something I've been talking about for 4 years. Now it's kind of like, yeah, we here because this is what the fuck I said. That dude ain't never gonna fight none of them people, bro.
Bro, he ain't a career fighter. He's a gimmick, bro. And I'm glad
Fuck
it's
that
done.
guy.
I'm glad it's fucking done, bro.
Tell me
The
you
fuck him in
guys
the
saw
ear.
that video of Edgar Berlanga being a Jono Sabo trying to speak Spanish.
Bro, yeah, I saw that shit, dog.
And he's in Puerto Rico
It was
trying to
hard,
speak
bro.
Puerto Rican dialect, and he kept saying "way." It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
bro, it was
that's
bad.
a Mexican
It was-
saying. What are you doing?
Pendejo.
Every time he would say estoy, he would try and sound like a Puerto Rican. He'd go estoy, and then he's like, hey. I'm like, bro, you're talking Mexican and Puerto Rican. Like, bro, you're not making sense right now, dog. Stop.
That shit
Like,
was
here-
hilarious. He was
But
serious.
here's my thing, y'all. Here's my thing. Listen,
He's a baboso.
if you're a Spanglish, I'm a
Fucking
Spanglish. You know
mamon.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Spanglish. Like, I will keep it real with everybody. I speak decent Spanish. I understand all of it, but I'm not completely fluent. My shit's broken. I admit it. I'm out front. Everybody knows this. But don't portray yourself as a dude who's fluent in Spanish when you're not, bro. You just make yourself look stupid.
No, yeah, bro. I'm the same way as you, bro. Like, I could pick up a Spanish bitch and keep her entertained, but that's about as far as I'm going. Like, I ain't finna
Well,
fucking
yeah, like me. Like,
talk
if you speak
taxes
to
with
me in
you,
Spanish,
bitch. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
care
saying?
where you're from, bro. I will understand everything you're saying. But when
Yeah,
I
like, I
answer,
can't go over my favorite
when I
cartoon
answer,
with
you
bro.
will
Like,
get
I
Spanglish. I will mix English and Spanish. You know
I
what
can
mean?
order what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? I got
Well,
you.
well, my back's not dry, man, so I'm pretty fluent.
No,
There
we
you
all
go.
know.
Hey, you like my wife, bro? My wife, born and
Bravo,
raised in
man.
Houston, USL.
Bravo, them edges is way too clean for you not to be fluent.
What is that? What does that got to do with that?
We good,
Bro, because you can't be ugly and a no sabo.
You on
You
your
gotta do
Travis?
the struggle.
I guess you're right, bro. Damn, I feel like I
You,
should be offended, but I'm not gonna be.
I mean, look
you
at
on your
Ryan's
Travis?
fucking. Look at
You on
Ryan's
your
ass, bro. He
you
chose
on
his
your
fucking
Travis
route.
Jr. shit or what?
You said what?
You say you heard that Chavez Jr. shit, but nah. But like my thing is like, listen, bro, to be real, like, don't portray yourself as a fluent Spanish person or any language if you're not.
And then
like,
and
No,
then
bro,
that motherfucker's in the beach drinking coffee and
You
it's
saw
hot
that
as
shit?
fuck.
Hey, he
Like
had the
you,
gay little design on the froth on top.
Yeah.
Like, yes, motherfucker.
Bro, the only fluent
He
word.
had the little leaf on it.
Yeah, you know what I mean, bro?
Hey, bro, he
You
is
go
so
some fairy
shit,
shit, bro. Like,
No,
man,
I'm
for
not.
real.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to try one, but I
damn.
personally have never been caught drinking one. Does that make sense?
you know what I mean? Exactly, bro.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some
It's
shit.
like,
You mean
hey,
you don't
hey,
take
hey,
pictures
real
of it, bro?
man crash from time to
No,
time,
fuck no. You gotta. That's
Hey,
some
it's
shit
the
that
same
like
thing as this. Hey, real
you
man
order that
crash from time
shit,
to
you
time,
take
but
it
we
to
don't
the
do it in
corner
public.
and you drink that shit facing the wall. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick.
Yeah. Like what I'm saying is, real men, we
What
cry
the
from
That
time
nigga
to
had
time,
that
but
hoe
we
with his
don't do it
pinky out and
publicly.
everything.
We don't do it publicly. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, Berlanga
He a star, bro. He felt like a star, bro. Is what it is.
Hey, that's the
Berlanga
king of
That nigga
the
Berlanga
king
looked like
of
he
New York.
belonged on a 2006 Chameleon Air album.
that dude excels at making himself look
Nah, that's
stupid, bro.
what the fuck.
Hey, don't disrespect Chameleon. That album went hard, bro. I fucks with Chameleon. That album.
Yeah, I
Berla-
fuck with
Berlanga's the only
Chameleon.
motherfucker who takes a world tour after losing. What kind of dumb shit is that?
Oh, I know.
Bro, y'all remember when he got beat for
And
12
so
rounds
what's
by
fucked up is
Canelo?
he
He
did
went
it
on the Breakfast Club,
Oh,
like
no,
acting
dude.
like he
He
was
thought
hard
he
and like
was,
he achieved some shit. We're like,
he
bro,
thought
you
he
got
was
your
like
ass
the
whooped for
biggest
12
star in
rounds.
the world after that Canelo
You
fight.
know what? I actually just
Nah, the
rewatched
celebration.
Breakfast Club the other day.
The celebration was him surviving it, bro. He felt like he
Exactly.
was elite. He felt like he was elite because he survived, the fight with Canelo, which is kind of
Like
fucking
my
absurd.
dude,
You're the bigger guy.
You celebrating because Canelo took it easy on you? Are you fucking serious, bro? Like, what the fuck? Get out of here, bro.
I mean, fucking what a
Man,
fucking.
so Tank really is retiring, like, or is just.
I mean, let's hope.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall, fam.
I mean, so that's for sure. I mean, it don't look like we're getting the rematch with Lamont,
Hey,
bro. But here,
Clavo. Yo, bro, we gotta meet up for this fucking this Canelo Crawford fight, yo.
fuck it, yeah.
Wherever that shit's happening, dog.
We could do that. But man, I just wanted to point out that shit with Tank and Roach, bro. I feel like maybe Tank's embarrassed right now, bro, because that was the most weirdest call out I've ever.
Definitely embarrassed.
Well, not because of that one call out that Lamont did, bro. Look, you got this man Lamont on the fucking video calling you out, talking about you don't want to see him again while he's wearing a toboggan, while he's wearing a toboggan that says sex on that bitch. That's just weird as fuck to me, bro. I'm just saying, dog.
Hey, hold on. You gotta be from the north, bro. You said toboggan. You from the north, bro.
I'm in Texas.
Hold on. I live in Texas, but I'm from Ohio. You said toboggan, bro. Motherfuckers in Texas don't say toboggan, bro.
Shit, what am I supposed to say? A beanie?
Yeah.
Exactly. What part of Texas? What part of Texas, Clavo?
I'm right here where fucking Real Talk is from.
Yo,
hey, nigga, I swear to God, before today, I ain't never heard toboggan in my life.
Bro, I'm from Ohio.
I'm from the
I thought toboggan was some shit that you fucking sled on, not a beanie.
A toboggan is a fucking knitted cap you put on your dome in the winter, dog. I'm from Ohio. I'm telling you, I know these things.
Hey, Clavo, you in West Dallas?
No, I'm in the Cliff.
Oh, okay, I'm in the Grove.
You guys want to meet up and make out?
Hell yeah.
That nigga, fuck you, dude.
Listen, I was just on Twitter, and I don't know, maybe I'm just old, but I'm in awe of how many people are mad at that Sydney Sweeney ad, bro.
Bro, I got a question for you, Jules. We covered this yesterday or day before.
I just seen a bitch crying over that shit. Like, this bitch
what
is
do you call that
legit
shit on
crying.
Wait.
She was crying because
don't get into that, bro.
No, she said it's eugenics promotion and it's racist. I'm like, are we?
What is going on, bro? How?
Yeah, bro, I don't get it, bro. I'm fucking.
The thing is, Jules, they look at these ads and they just start fucking pulling subliminal messages from them, which is where they're coming up with these different fucking terms. But it makes no sense. Like, just because she said she's wearing jeans doesn't mean she's talking about eugenics. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna say I want to say the uncomfortable thing, so I get this boner out because I got this huge boner over this fucking thing.
I got a quarter chub.
I'm gonna be honest. Now y'all know that I'm not even partial towards the snow bunnies. I like my chocolate bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not partial towards snow bunnies.
I like fat bitches, so I like
Jules, you don't discriminate, bro. You like all
bitches. But I will say this: lo que yo veo, honestly. The girl's gorgeous. I think anybody can see that the girl's gorgeous. She doesn't even have big ass.
It's the Caden Clark stuff, bro.
It is. That's what I was gonna say. That what I think people don't like about that ad and what they don't like about that woman is at the end of the day, her features are European, and for anybody who doesn't have those features, she makes you feel insecure. I'm being honest. Because when you cool, you cool, man. I don't give a fuck who's in that ad.
You're worried about shit.
Give a fuck who's in that ad. I'm gonna get a blowjob. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm gonna get a fucking blowjob. Fucking care. So for so many women, and you see the women that are losing their minds over this, and I'm like, you are this offended by a what's the girl? 5'4"?
Bro, it's an inferiority complex, bro.
Let me give you an example, Jules. Let me give you an example, bro. My wife will sit there and fawn over a Rao video when she watches Rao, but guess what? 2 seconds later, I'm blowing her back out. I don't care.
It's like what kind of shit? Like you. And what is disturbing, honestly, is you have an entire group of people who are basically telling themselves that you can attack this group of people. You're justifying. You're basically becoming what you think you're fighting against. Is what I see. As an alien observer, that so you telling white bitches they can't feel cute? That's what you telling them, but they can't feel cute. They can't like who they are.
I love snow bunnies, bro, but I like fat bitches, so I'm more into like polar bears.
Remember,
shout out to Cellulite.
remember when
Go ahead, Clavo. Go ahead, undefeated.
Oh, remember when Devin said, "I'll never let a white boy beat me," and it pretty much was like, they fucking, but reverse the roles, bro.
The weird shit.
Anthony Durrell said that same shit.
No, the weird shit is that's a curse because every guy who said that got their ass beat by somebody with fair skin. Remember, Bernard Hopkins said that shit? Bernard Hopkins said that. Jr. He said that to Joe Calzaghe and Joe Smith Jr. Both beat him.
out the fucking ring.
Literally, both fights he fell out the ring.
Anthony Durrell told that shit to fucking Caleb Plant.
knocked out.
Yeah, it's like you need to stop that shit.
And
You need
and
to stop
Devin,
that shit.
and Devin, you lost that fight, Devin. You lost that fight, motherfucker.
Bro, Devin
Hey,
is
hey,
not
what if
like that,
Crawford says that before the fight?
And Ryan's
Like,
white.
you
I don't
know,
give a
white
fuck
boy?
what nobody says.
Oh.
Ryan's white.
I don't view Ryan as being Latino to be like in my foot. He's not Latino, bro. I don't know what he is, but he's
Latinx, bro. He's a Latinx.
That's where he
and I'm of the opinion that the Puerto Rican, the Boricua Commission should exchange Edgar Berlanga to the Italians for Monica Bellucci. Yes, send that guy over there. He's more Italian, bro. He's more Italian.
What did
than
the
he
Italians do?
Hey, somebody
I don't know.
Fat Joe.
Trust
somebody
me, they
probably don't.
That's all I gotta say.
He said, "What did the Italians do?"
Sneak him
you
in
saw
there,
him.
like.
You saw
Shout out to
Johnny
George.
video, right?
Kawi versus 175 pounds now. Crushed, survive, or dominate? Survives. I don't know about dominate. Survives.
I go survive.
No. Wait. I take that back. There are only two people I give a chance to beat Kawi anyway, so he dominates. I think he wipes his ass with 95% of today's light heavyweights, except for two guys. I don't think he beats them. I don't think. I don't think he would beat them, or I don't know. I'll say I don't know if he would beat them, but I do think he would beat Joshua Buatsi. I do think he would beat Callum Smith. I do think he would beat Anthony Yard. I do think he would beat David Morrell, David Benavidez, and the majority of that division. So I say dominate. Dominate.
I'll push back on Callum.
No. Callum, John Ryder. John Ryder is 5'7", and he dominated Callum.
But here's you gotta remember my stance on Callum. He had no business at 168.
Bro, John Ryder's as tall as my dick, bro. Like, come on.
I think Callum is full-fledged at all his potential at 175.
Fucking idiot.
Wait, but what happened when he fought Better Beef though? He still got eliminated.
Bro, Better Beef is Better Beef. Come on, bro. Come on.
I'm just saying.
And hold on.
No, wait a minute. I'm just
Ali,
saying. If you can only name two guys that you give a chance, or even two guys that you think would beat Kawi, right? That means that he beats the majority of the division.
That means
he
dominates.
dominates.
Dominates. No, I'm just saying I'll push back on Callum. I think Callum's one of the dudes that gives him problems.
I don't no because Callum's Kawi was what 5'6". Callum is 6'4". That height differential would make it awkward for Callum, not Kawi. Kawi is more used to fighting fighters that are taller than he is than Callum is used to fighting fighters that are shorter than he is.
And Kawi had a nasty inside game.
Well, if you think about it,
Kawi had a nasty inside game. A lot of these dudes don't know how to fight on the inside.
That overhand. Fuck you.
Yeah, but
Callum
Kawi's
is going to be punching downward at an
guard
angle.
on his right
so that
side.
overhand is going to be open, bro.
One at a time. I can't understand y'all, my love.
I'm going to kick y'all's ass. That's what the fuck I'm going to do.
Hey, he just said my love. Damn, that was nice
right?
as fuck, bro. That was like really nice. Damn.
Of course it was.
Shut up, Alex.
Bro, the panel, we ain't used to that over here, bro. That was like a breath of fresh air, bro. That was really wow.
Yeah, we're used to dick jokes and shit.
Yeah, that was professional.
Anyways, how much?
There's my dick from the back.
Hey, how much did y'all celebrate 2 years ago when Spence got knocked the fuck out?
I mean, I don't
today's
care
the anniversary, ain't it?
that much about
today's the anniversary.
Yeah,
It is.
2 years. 2 years.
It was nice though, man. Like, listen, man.
Oh, bro, I gotta
we've
go
been
wreck
on
my
this
Lamborghini.
panel. We've all told everybody Spence is not what everybody thinks he is. Y'all about to find out when he fights Crawford, bro. We said it wasn't a surprise, bro.
I think the only thing that came close to that celebration was when Berlanga got knocked out. That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Now you know what I'm gonna say.
No, honestly, I think it was whenever Fury lost to Usyk.
Yup.
I think that was the next.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I felt bad when Spence got beat up like that. I ain't gonna lie.
No, bro. Like past the 6th round, I was for real life like Yahweh.
Yeah.
Yahweh, por favor. Like,
yeah.
It was the fans, bro. His fans.
And let me finish this though. I felt bad, and then I pulled up Instagram and Twitter. And I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm glad it happened, bro. Let me watch it again.
Yeah.
And then you're like, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, Spence had that ass whooping coming because you could make the argument that maybe it would have been a better or more competitive fight. You could make the argument. Me personally, I don't think it would have mattered when they fought. I think it was going to go that way. But you can make the argument that, if you would have had this fight sooner, you probably would have did better. It probably would not have been as demoralizing. I maintain that I think he always would have lost that fight before or after the car accident.
I believe that if he had had the fight sooner, he would have had a better. He would have had a better career because you would have still had shit to do after you got your
Yo
ass
lo
whooped.
dije, maninka. The way that they did it, you exhausted all of your resources. You see, if you would have fought Crawford first before you fought all those other guys, you could have rebounded with those other guys. You could have rebounded with Danny Garcia. You could have rebounded with Sean Porter and fucking Ugas.
And
The way
had
you did
Crawford
it,
stayed, he could have worked his way to a second fight.
right? The way you did it, you don't have nothing. Like, he's not coming back. And they still post pictures of the guy. And I'm like, you guys are retarded. That dude is done,
Nah, bro. I
It's a
seen
wrap.
Errol Spence at the whipping the other day buying a fucking a Gatorade, bro. He's not coming back.
Dude is done, bro.
The thing is, dude, you misread like the whole situation, bro. You keep talking about it like, oh yeah, you know, they just made a mistake, and that's why there is no guy for Spence to rebound with. No, they had no plans on making that Crawford fight until they realized, until Spence was like,
My
"Hey, bro,
dude, no, see, Ray, you're not gonna do this to me. You're
What?
gonna sit there with a straight face and you're gonna tell me that I think it was their I've been saying for 5 years straight they have no intention of making that fight.
No, they wanted that Keith Thurman fight, bro.
I've been saying that for 5. I said what they did is not how you build up a fight. Felix Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya is how you build up a fight. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, to a lesser extent, is how you build up a fight. But when you dismiss the very existence of the fighter, like they did to Crawford, when you belittle him and berate him, you have the network essentially berating him. It's not even like it's just the fighter talking shit. You have a whole production team on a network that wants to ignore that he even exists. You're not building a fight. It was
And
never.
what made it harder for them to ignore that Crawford existed was the fact that he was holding a title in the same sanctioning body that their darling was, Little Tank, because Tank was holding that little fake ass.
In 2018 and 2019, a lot of the PBC shows tried to tell you, oh, PBC guys don't fight for WBO titles anyway. Fast forward, Fulton wins the WBO. You see what I mean? Brian Castano wins the WBO. They were running out of narratives to use to not make that fight. And it got to the point where now they don't even want to acknowledge that Crawford exists. They don't want to mention him. They don't want to show him on camera. So, of course, Ray, I've been saying it was never their intention to make that
they
fight.
show all the champions and they just happen.
You got to shut the fuck up, real talk.
All right, bitch, fine.
Okay. The only reason they made that fight is they knew the axe is coming down and we need something big. We're desperate. The pay-per-views we've been doing, they ain't been bringing no numbers to Showtime. We need something big that maybe will make them stay. Okay, what the fuck?
They got you.
I'm not gonna lie, that's almost
that was me, bro. That was me, bro. Hey, you gotta have it on the lives too, bro. I got you on the lives, bro. You do the relay, I got you on the lives.
Somebody slid the dildo in.
Oh shit!
You got
But on some
your
real
own
shit,
tactic.
they wouldn't. It was never there. The only reason they made that fight was as a last ditch effort to get Showtime to keep them, because behind the scenes they knew what was going to happen. They knew
they were having a going out of business sale.
Exactly. You did the Garcia fight. The biggest year of the PBC was that year. Coincidentally, that's the year they lost Showtime. That's not a coincidence, bro. Y'all tried to pull out all the stops and make the biggest fights you could, and in the end, it didn't work. It didn't work. Too little, too late.
Those two things weren't mutually exclusive. Like, they did that fight to keep themselves from fucking losing that shit.
Didn't work.
Fucking PBC was like a sinking ship that was just taking way too fucking long. And it's still taking too fucking long.
It's still taking too fucking long. But if Tank retires, I mean, you really gotta take a step back. Take a step back from the conversations that you usually have and just look at it. If Tank retires and David is in Saudi, what do they have?
All the guys Leonard got, bro.
A whole lot of Fundora.
They got the Charlos.
Fountains of Fundora, bro. Of Fundora.
Okay, that doesn't sound right, man.
That's why I said it.
Fucking towering inferno.
Don't you remember, bro? Steven Espinoza talked about the new up and coming young hungry guys they got, the Charlies. He said that waiting. I just want people to know, bro. He said that with a straight face, and then people had the nerve to tell us, yo, we're wrong for saying he just be lying sometimes.
I mean, and I guess what I don't like about this conversation is the people that we're talking about that put them on a pedestal. They're cowards. They're gonna hide. They're gonna run from their own comments, and I think they won't even watch boxing after a while if they don't have these, because they don't like boxing. Like that, you guys don't like boxing. You just wanted to put these guys on a pedestal for some whatever reason.
For
You
the
don't
leg
like
tattoos.
boxing. Yeah, you know, so they're not even gonna be around for us to make fun of them, and that makes me sad. Like, I
Hey,
want to make fun
I've been
of. There's no. Shut the fuck up. There's no Spence fans anymore. Where'd they all go? Like, I want somebody to make fun of. There's no Wilder fans anymore, bro. They're like, yeah, they're mostly gone. How many guys do you see really making videos about Wilder? Come on, dog.
Bro, the Spence fans went to Boots.
Not really. Not really.
No.
So some did.
They all went to go cheer Clarissa Shields.
Clavo, some did, but not like that. Because Boots' fans is a lot of them is Philly dudes too that think he's God because he's from fucking Philly, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, I feel like the Spence fans kind of splintered between like Shakur and Tank fans.
I don't think. I don't think.
Yeah, I
don't think the Spence fans fuck with Shakur. Like, I can't even see that. How? What's the angle?
I think it just on some like you're gonna. There's one of the two that at 135. You know what I'm saying? It's either Shakur or Tank right now.
Nah, they used to, but when Shakur came out with that Puerto Rican flag, that's when they were like, nah, he ain't one of us.
Yeah, they ain't fucking with that. They ain't fucking with that. and what the fuck is he gonna do now? You know what is he gonna do? He's not on my. You know that Ray? He's not on my pound for pound list.
He's on mine, but I remember I told people basically like if he
Shakur?
wasn't on your pound for pound list before, that one shouldn't put him on it.
The shit is I had to evaluate who deserves to be there more because he's a 3-division champion and so is Junto Nakatani. Junto was just in a unification match. We all saw it. He beat Nishida. He beat the fuck out of the guy, right?
Yep.
Kenshiro, I had to evaluate, okay, should Shakur be there for Kenshiro? And I'm like, bro, what's Shakur's last 3 fights? Josh Padley, Yoshino, and Zepeda.
No, that's not the last 3 fights, but close enough.
Oh, no. You know, was it Absat Havanesian? Was the other one?
Yeah, it was what's it called? The last 3 fights was Zepeda,
bro,
Padley, Havanesian.
At the end of the day, he only gets props for Zepeda. Let's be clear.
Yeah, he gets like, is it a good? And I'm not trying to shit on him. It's just that you got to be real. Like, does he really have a pound for pound resume? If I go down to shit, I think Kenshiro got a better resume than him. I don't think. And it's weird because you know Kenshiro's defense is fucking shit, bro. Like that dude get hit, but you can't say he don't got a resume. Like,
but here's the thing, bro, Jules, and we all know this. Here's the problem, bro, and this is for every fucking weight class, all through boxing. Motherfuckers constantly. It's mostly casuals, but even sometimes real boxing fans, they tend to confuse narrative and name and popularity with fucking skills and toughness. It's not. They don't always go hand in hand, bro.
The last 3 guys on my pound for pound list, Kenshiro is at the bottom. Junto is number 9. I think I got Zerto at number 8. Bam at number 7. Right. I gotta kick Teofimo. Now I'm about to just do it with some assholes. Yeah, I gotta kick that motherfucker. I'm tired of it. I don't like looking at.
You don't like him, bro.
Yeah, I never kicked him off my list. Well, I haven't done it in a while. I take that back.
He hasn't done anything. Ray, he hasn't done anything. He ain't done anything in a while, bro. What are you doing?
You say that, but like
Josh Taylor, right?
He ain't done none since then. Is it really like that much of like a what have you done for me lately? Because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, the dude's still what, a 2-division what's it called, lineal champion.
No, but I'm telling you, if I got oh god, because I know it's gonna be biased. I was gonna make the argument that maybe I could swap him out for Shakur, but I don't really think Shakur has a better resume than him.
No,
like,
he doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Bro, that 2-time lineal shit has no.
But at the same time, I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What? How? No, you could continue talking. What he said was
that
nonsense.
wasn't the best Josh Taylor, bro. That shit has no substance.
That's kind of true, Ray.
And everything that he's done at 140 is trash, bro. He's looked garbage.
You know why that's true? You know why that's true, Ray? Because everybody know he lost to Jack Catterall a year before that, before he fought Teofimo.
I mean, it's still a guy that was on the pound for pound. A lot of people consider pound for pound. That's kind of why.
Shut up, Pablo.
Yeah, but y'all
Yeah,
gotta
still,
remember
right?
pound for pound list. Hold up,
No.
pound for pound list. It depends on the person making it. They have their own requirements, their own prerequisites, their own conditions. Like you can't just look at a pound for pound and be like, "Oh, that makes sense. That matters." That comes from the person
Well, you
making
have to
it.
put these wins
Alex,
into
my
context.
question is this. Alex, my question is this.
Go ahead, bro.
He's got 2 wins, bro. Let's be fucking real. It's just
Exactly,
2 wins, and they're pretty. Like the win over Josh Taylor, that shit wasn't yesterday. That shit wasn't even last year, bro. That shit was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was still crawling when he beat Josh Taylor. Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, how much fucking stock we supposed to put in that? Lomachenko was 5 years ago, bro. That dude retired.
Okay. Then how we say this, right? You put Nakatani on the list, right? I like Nakatani. I really do, right? But at the end of the day, his win against Nishida was a guy that we had him toasting easily for like the past like couple of years.
Okay. I
was a guy that we were like, yo, he's light work. This is a light work dude.
Now, Ray, what I'm accounting for by Jinto being there is not so much the size of the scalp, but time. Nishida just unified. That's what he's done lately. Tio, you haven't done anything of substance in a very long time.
Can I pose a question?
Good.
So let's take away all the accolade talk. You know, the bullshit accolades because some of them are bullshit. Is Teofimo a pound for pound fighter?
I say no.
Exactly.
That's an easy no for me.
Because it breaks down the skills, bro.
I give him to not be biased, because if I didn't have him on there, then yeah, you could call me biased if I didn't. So I acknowledge his stupid little fucking resume with his stupid little fucking haircut and his stupid little fucking stripes on his eyebrows because he's stupid little shit. Right? Right? He's fucking there.
He wants to be like Nick Van Exel, Jules.
You just mad because that looks like your illegitimate son.
Fuck you. But hand on heart, honestly, do I believe that Teofimo is a pound for pound fighter? Honestly, no. He's too inconsistent. He's too up and down to be a pound for pound fighter. He's too up and down.
Wait, Ray, can I ask you a question?
A pound for pound fighter's lost to George Kambosos, Ray?
All right, bro. No, but that's like, that's kind of wishy-washy at a certain point, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of just like saying like,
how?
Can I be honest, bro? I don't think I personally I don't think it's fair to have Teofimo on there just based off accolades.
It's if he had done something
and accolades, bro.
If he had done something recently, then I wouldn't even be thinking about it. If he unified a title with any of those 3 guys that are at 140. But it's like, really, it has been a minute since you did anything. You beat Arnold.
That is true.
Like you beat Arnold Barber, and I know that title defenses count, and he won. Credit to him, but I got him at 6. That's too close to the top 5.
I have him at
That's pretty generous. I'm surprised.
Maybe 11, dog.
Because I'm trying not to be biased, Clavo. I don't want him there at all. Like,
I have him at 9, bro. I have him at 9.
Trust me, bro. I could tell. I could tell.
I might put a ham sandwich right there tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna take him out and put a sandwich. I don't want.
You have Zerto on your list?
Good ham. It's gonna be.
Yes, I do have Zerto. I do have Zerto
he can
on my
go.
list.
He can go. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That would
Zerto?
be it. That would be
You
the.
saying Zerto could go?
I would put Zerto off before Tio for sure.
Nah, we not
what?
That. No. Zerto, respectfully, I know it's not the greatest resume, but Zerto did beat a champion for every belt he ever won. He did beat a champion for every belt.
Arthur Abraham, right? Arthur Abraham.
For the BO, he beat Arthur Abraham. For the BO.
I put Zerto above Tio just based off of his ability to change his skill set.
And here's the other thing, Ray. You got to admit this. Zerto moved up to a new weight and actually got better. He showed I could be more than just an inside fighter. He's been more dominant. He's been more dominant in his fights than Teofimo as of late. He has. He dominated Chris. He dominated Chris Billum-Smith. He dominated Arsene Goulamarian. Fucking Tio didn't dominate Sandor Martin. You didn't dominate Jermaine Ortiz.
How did we get to a place where we're comparing Zerto to Tio? Like, what's happening right now?
Because they're both 2-weight world champions, but Zerto's unified right now, and he fought 2 champions back to back.
Isn't Zerto like a reverse Tio though? Because like I remember earlier in his career, dominance is not what I would call his career.
Stop, bro. Stop. Reverse.
Call him Bizarro Tio.
Actually, maybe reverse is a bit strong.
Isn't Zerto the first time champion at super middleweight and also cruiserweight?
He's the first Mexican-born. He's the first Mexican-born super middleweight champion and the first Mexican-born cruiserweight champion.
Yes,
exactly.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know if y'all want to count
you
that.
You have to say that. You don't have to say that like that. You fucking asshole.
Like, bro, it's a whole fucking country with legendary fighters.
He's reversed.
So there's more than a cool. Fuck out of here.
My thing is all right, Ray. The angle that I'm coming.
You know why I say cool, bro? Because you said that's really impressive, right? You know why there isn't a lot of Mexican super middleweight champions, and he was the first one. There's not a lot of Mexicans that are 168 pounds, bro.
There are a lot.
No. There are a lot of
okay that are good.
Let me do this. Let me do. No. Let me do this. There are a lot.
Go ahead. I'm Mexican, but I'm gonna let you handle this.
All right, I'm Mexican for the day. There are a lot of Mexicans that weigh more than 168 pounds, but many of them are not 6'3". That's why you don't see a lot of Mexicans.
And that's the problem.
Honestly, the reason that you don't see more of a Mexican presence at 68, at 75, at cruiser or at heavy is because of the height. They don't run that big. They just don't. There's a reason that the guys at the tippy top of those divisions are fucking big Europeans. Those guys run big, dog. Pause.
He got you.
Pause, though, bro. Pause, though.
But boy, it's the truth. Now, the point I'm making is this. I'm accounting for time, Ray. That's what I'm accounting for. That it's been a long time since Tio did something that was pound for pound worthy. It's been a long time.
Cierto.
No, yeah, 100%. It's like, I mean, look, man, go back to when Canelo went on that run. It's like, how is the face of boxing fighting 4 times in 11 months? And all y'all with these big narratives, supposedly holding belts, it's just talks. Or you're fighting once a year, like, and you got less than 30 fights on your record. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Yeah. And Canelo's defending, like I don't think Canelo's fight with Skull like that was a horrible fight. But he has suffered on my pound for pound list because he dropped down. He's at number 4. No. He's at number No.
But you had him at 5.
Let me see.
Is Usyk?
Wait. Is Usyk? No, he's at number 3. Is Usyk, Inoue, Canelo, Crawford? Yeah.
You got him at number 3,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
That's why I agree with you on this, Jules. Is because of all of Canelo's accomplishments and everything, you're still treating him the same according to your criteria. Too many people who do pound for pounds, they adjust their criteria based on certain fighters, and I can't fuck with that. That's what
Don. I know what you're about to do, Don. But the thing is, the kid's resume is too deep. It's too deep. Any one of those fucking any one of those guys that Canelo beat recently, while it doesn't look like anything on Canelo's resume, would literally be the best win on David Benavidez's resume.
That's
or the
true.
best
Well,
win.
My only beef was with Crawford because, I mean, Inoue's already fought 3 times.
My dude, I got to know. My dude, Inoue is ahead of both Crawford and Canelo.
I know that, but to have Crawford that close behind those guys, it's kind of like
Put it this way. Don't worry about the Crawford thing because Crawford is at a crossroads right now. Since he dropped his belt, right? The only reason he's still there is because he's about to fight a champion. I got a rule.
He's in contention.
He's a champion in transition. That okay, you're going into a title fight. You lose this thing, you're off. You draw, you're off. You don't have a belt. Yeah. You got to have a belt on mine. You have to be a reigning champion on mine to even be there.
I just think if he would have taken another fight in between now, in between the Madrimal fight and Canelo, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But the inactivity is the only thing I would still keep him on the pound for pound.
Now factor this in, Don.
I don't know.
Well, I agree with your bit about inactivity, which is why he's lost ground over the years because he used to be at the tippy top. He's lost ground to both Usyk, Inoue, and Canelo. That's why he's behind all of them. But also, once you start having that conversation, Crawford is about as active as Teofimo. And they're right next. They're very in proximity of each other.
That conversation right there.
He's fought once since 2020.
Less.
How many times did Teofimo fight? Somebody pull up the box rec, and how many times has he fought in the last 3 years?
Two
Probably
times,
twice.
I think. Last year.
2 times. He
from
fought
what I
twice in the
remember.
last 3 years.
Yeah,
I don't
see,
gotta
you
look
see,
it up.
you see that? You
Twice.
see that shit?
Twice.
Hey, to be fair, he's fought only once this year, and I think that's gonna stay that way.
I think that's it, bro. I think that's it.
Then if that's the case, then replace Tio with Shakur. Shakur peleó dos veces.
This is why, hey, y'all see what's happening? This is why I don't give a fuck about pound for pound list, bro. This shit's fucking stupid.
No, it's a puzzle, dog. At the very most, it's a puzzle. Bro. It's copy coup and dominoes. It's just something to do, you know.
Bro, they don't know about copy coup, bro. They don't know about
while pound for pound, being the pound for pound fighter is still a prestigious title to hold. At the end of the day, it's just a debate. It's just a discussion. Who deserves it more? And
it's
right now,
it's worse than
y'all know.
Bro. Hey, Jules, it's Cubilete, bro. It's Cubilete.
Okay. I'm trying to finish a point. I think Usyk is pound for pound number one by a lot. I don't actually think Inoue's close to him. I don't think Crawford's like what he did. You guys are never gonna be in that situation. It's never going to happen where you're in the ring with a guy who weighs 40 to 50 pounds over you. That's not going to happen.
If I was pound for pound, if I did pound for pound, once again, you know I don't. But if I did, would have to give extra props for Usyk going up to heavyweight and accomplishing what he's accomplished. That's insane, bro. Like
that's literally what it is. That's literally
flawless at heavyweight, bro. That's crazy.
For you, when you say pound for pound, that means 221 pounds of this guy is better than 273 pounds of this. That's literally what it is. And he did that. It's not a postulation. It's not a prognostication. With him, it's a reality. With the rest of you, it's just figurative. That's
what the original conversation was about. That
theoretical.
It's pound for pound.
It's theoretical. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if like Crawford actually beats Canelo, that's true pound for pound. My skills at 147 or 154 are better than yours at 168.
Yes,
but it matters. Yes, but I'm gonna say that those four guys. This is a good problem for us to have as boxing fans. That we have four very ambitious fighters in this era, and they're neck to neck with each other in terms of accomplishment.
And they have all entirely different backgrounds.
Because Usyk is ambitious. You can see that. Inoue, obviously. Canelo, obviously. That guy's so ambitious, he's fucking bored now. I've been a champion at 4 weights. I've been undisputed 2 times. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm going to fight this fucking guy. Crawford, same deal, right? So this is a good problem to have. But they're reaching a point where now we have to do points for style that you got to beat him, Crawford. If you're going to, you got to beat him good. Because there's this fucking guy at heavyweight, and he's fighting these guys. They always weigh more than him. They're always bigger than him. They're always younger than him, and he beats them. You know? You find yourself in that same position that he's in right now, except for him, it's ordinary. It's all the time.
Yes.
Oh, I got a question. Hold on.
That's
I got
what
a question
they
for
talk
you,
about, Jules. And here's the best part. Like you said, Jules, because fights like this are happening for us, that's what we call, as fans, champagne problems.
Hold on. I got a question for you, Jules. Would you not say that proportionally Canelo is at the same disadvantages as Usyk?
No, not even close. Bro, Canelo's bigger. Have you seen?
In some cases.
No. The way I know what you mean. The tail of the tape. He is at a great disadvantage. The tail of the tape, not the weight though, not the weight, because Canelo does get heavy. You know that he could walk around 185, 190. But you mean the tail of the tape? That when he's in there with a guy, Callum Smith, 6'3", when he's in there with William Skull, 6 feet tall, about 6 feet tall. I know what you mean. They're like, he's another guy who's usually at a physical disadvantage. Like, yeah, he is though. He's a lot short. He's not really a super middleweight. But because people don't like him, they don't want to admit that bro, the dude is 5'7". The median height for a super middleweight is in between fucking 5'11" and 6'2". Look at Diego Pacheco.
Hey, did you see their face off in Vegas? Canelo was taller than fucking Crawford.
I saw Canelo.
I saw Crawford taller.
That's what I was going to say.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Taller.
Here's the weird part. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, in Los Angeles, Crawford looked the same height as Canelo. But in Vegas, Canelo was a little bit taller.
Because
Canelo was wearing them.
He's wearing lifts, bro. He's wearing lifts, bro. Canelo's wearing lifts.
But here's the thing, man. Look, listen.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You got to slow down. It's supposed to be a big deal that Crawford is moving up in weight for Canelo under these circumstances. Like they're blowing it out of proportion. When Usyk fighting Anthony Joshua, this is what he's been doing. This shit that y'all acting as, well, not y'all, but people that they're acting like it's such a big deal that Crawford's doing this. Usyk has been in this fucking lion's den over and over and over and over and over, and he's just getting better. So it's like,
honestly,
really?
He is. That nigga knocked out a young fucking lion in his last fight. Like,
they built it up. No, Daniel's different. He's fucking bitches now. He's eating pussy. He's going crazy. It's fucking over, bro.
Hey, Jules, here's what nobody talks about. When was the fucking last time? Don't worry, I'll wait. I know when it was. You can look it up. But when was the last time Canelo fought somebody who was bigger than him or his size? I'm sorry, his size or smaller? Never, bro.
No,
like it's been years.
He doesn't. No, because he hasn't fought a little guy in a
no.
Like the littlest
guy.
The littlest guy that he fought in recent memory, and he's not really a little guy. He's a short guy, but not a little guy. Is John Ryder, and even John was bigger than him. You could see John was bigger than him.
Look it up. Look at the that's what I'm saying.
But that's why Usyk stands apart. Like, look, it's cool, Canelo, you doing your thing, Crawford, you doing your thing. But this guy is dealing with disadvantages that y'all never gonna have to deal with. Look at how much bigger Fury was than him, bro. Look at how much bigger AJ was than him.
Astronomical, bro.
The tub of shit that came in for the rematch with the Fury Usyk. It was unbelievable. Like, you knew he just had to survive that fight.
Yeah,
that's why he came in that big. It wasn't.
Fury
he wasn't going to knock him out. He was done. He was gassing after four rounds.
And then Daniel that we like. It's a two-way street, because a guy like Daniel is dangerous. He's dangerous to a lot of other people, a lot of other heavyweights. Usyk is so fucking good, you don't have to worry about it. That's how fucking good Usyk gonna handle that. Anybody else has to fight that Daniel, you got to think about it. You got to jerk off a little bit. Maybe you need to go to sleep, drink some water, put some lemon in it.
Why we got to jerk off, Jules? Why we got to jerk off, bro? Why we got to
relax?
Really, just a little.
You got to relax.
Get the cobwebs out.
Do I at least like spooch load?
You don't gotta do none of that with Usyk. Like, nah, he got it. I know he got it. That's how good he is, man. That's how good he is.
Another question about the jerk off a little bit. Is it just like a half jerk where you almost nut, but you
it's
don't?
It's just the tip, like you don't even do the shaft, just the tip.
Yeah, you just pump the tip.
It's a quick one. It's a quick one.
Just wanted to make
like a quarter. Y'all know how you get that little quarter chub pre-con?
Like a quarter chub jack off.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and you don't even close your hand around. No, you don't even close your hand. You just do one of those.
Yeah.
One of those, yo.
Yeah, around the head, just around the head.
Okay.
You don't want to jerk the bed too much. You don't want to jerk the bed. You don't wake up your girl.
Yeah.
And that's how good Usyk is, though. Literally, like you don't have to worry about this guy. You can probably only name right now. He's so dominant in the heavyweight division, and they still don't want to give him his plaudits. But you can probably only name one guy that you think even stands a chance, and that's Agit Cabello. I think most people would agree. Agit Cabello. But other than that, people know he'll handle Parker. He will handle Parker, all right? He would.
100%.
He'll handle him. You don't got to worry about it. That's how good he is.
Like, come on,
you know?
I heard about jerking off to Usyk, and I have come.
Here's what kills me. It's
you didn't even let him land the fucking plane, Alex. He said he heard about jerking off. He heard about jerking off, and he had to come.
I will digress for jerking off. Let me digress for the jerking off topic. Go ahead, bro.
No. The moment's gone. The moment's gone, Alex.
You fucked it up, Alex. You fucked it up.
Hey, it can come back.
You threw off his.
I'll be back after these commercials.
That's why I fuck with y'all, man. Oh man, y'all keep me laughing. This shit's hilarious. But nah, for real, man. Usyk, man, like it kills me that there's so many people not giving him his flowers yet. It's like, what are we talking about? Like, what is like? You can't talk to people like that, bro. You can't talk to people like that.
No, there's only one segment of people not giving him his flowers, and we all know who that is.
Dumbass Americans like unbiased brim.
Yup. And you know what the sad
I'm
part?
just kidding.
Everybody
I'm
on
just
this
kidding,
panel
Brim.
is an American, and we sit here and we call out the American fan base because we keep it real. So,
Yeah. Can't stand fucking Americans.
bro, like it's sad, bro. It's all about narratives for these motherfuckers nowadays. It's all about narratives, bro. Like no substance.
Yo, what the
fuck
fuck is that, bro?
rolling up a joint?
Just loud
Nah,
as
it just
hell.
sounds like somebody's beating his meat.
Bro, for
Yeah, but-
real. That's good.
Okay, but to get back on topic, the only thing I can think of that would even kind of compare is if Inoue goes to featherweight and goes after Espinoza. But even that, I'm not sure. Like,
I think you just got to win undisputed a third time. That's really it.
I think that's it. Like
aside from that, I'm not trying to hear anything.
The only person I want to see in those smaller weights fight Espinoza is Junto.
No, but it's true what we were talking
wanna
about.
see
Because,
that.
Canelo can walk around he'll balloon back up to 180 or some shit, 185 on fight night or something. But these motherfuckers are still 200, 215 type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's he's still going in at 20, 25, sometimes even 30 pounds of disadvantage. On
Who are
top
you
of
talking about?
these motherfuckers having anywhere
Canelo.
from 4 to 5 inches
Oh,
of reach
nah,
on them.
bro. I'm sorry, bro.
But here's the
But,
thing. Here's the thing with Inoue. Here's my thing with Inoue, though, bro. It's everybody is such in a hurry for him to rush up to the bigger weight classes. Because here's the thing. Because they're getting exactly. That's how I feel. They're getting tired of seeing him just owning everybody in his own weight class. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, here's the thing, man. As long as Inoue moves up when his body is naturally ready and doesn't force it, bro, nobody's beating him, bro.
But I think Inoue needs maybe another year and a half at 122. Fuck all 126.
But
Wait.
honestly, though, let's keep it real. Ain't none of those dudes at 126 gonna help his star get any bigger.
Exactly.
None of those dudes. Not Nick Ball, not Espinoza, not Angelo Leo. All those dudes are literally looking for the Inoue stimulus. That's it.
Here's the issue, bro.
That's all they want.
Bro, Inoue's flawless, bro. So it's who do you give him to? Who do you put in front of him? If you like the names you mentioned, bro, all the best names at 126. What is that gonna do? Nothing.
Bro,
Bro.
honestly,
Nothing.
I
It
think Nick Ball gives him a good fight.
Who?
I think Nick Ball gives him a good fight.
Nah. He's actually.
He's a dirty motherfucker.
Defensively irresponsible, bro.
No, it's not that.
Hang on, Nick Ball, no brother. Nick Ball
strong.
has to
What I'm
kick
saying
TJ
is,
Doheny to have a chance.
He's a
He
strong,
has to
tough
ninja
little
kick.
motherfucker, and he's dirty, bro. So I think he would give Inoue some problems.
Eh.
Nah, I think Inoue
I
picks
don't
him
really think
apart.
so.
I think he figures him out. He figures him out within 4 or 5 rounds, and then he chops him up.
Bro,
Ball,
look at everybody
real
who's done
limited.
the bull rush technique that Nick Ball implies, bro. Inoue fucks him up, bro.
Ball's limited as fuck.
Yeah. I love Nick Ball, bro. I like him. He's exciting, but his style is a fucking Inoue's a nightmare for him, bro.
No. You need a jab to beat Inoue, and Nick Ball does not have a fucking jab.
Yes. That's another.
He does, Jason. It's called his head. That's what he uses.
I take that back. The Evander Holyfield jab.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So
here's how that fight goes. In the early rounds, Nick Ball's all wild and crazy, all unorthodox. Catches Inoue off guard. Inoue gets put to the canvas. It's a flash knockdown. Inoue gets up and then beats the brakes off him and puts him to sleep, bro.
So what do y'all?
I don't even know if he'll get that.
What do y'all think Usyk does next then?
Retire.
Honestly, outside of Joseph Parker, outside of Joseph Parker and Guy Caballel, I don't want to see nobody else. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 guys I want to see him fight if he sticks around.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone else, he's proven he's better than. So he's got, in my opinion, he's got 2 real guys left, and then that's if he wants to stick around.
That the fucking Turk is not trying to make the fucking Turker fight. Bro, fuck Moses Atama.
Make what?
Right, how about this? Let's reshape the question, y'all. Fuck what we think what should happen. What makes sense? What do we want to see? How about that?
I want to see the Caballel fight.
Caballel.
I want to see Parker on
That's the fight that has the most intrigue to me. He's
Like,
similar
look,
in
if
size.
Parker,
He's
Caballero,
got.
I don't care for it, but I'm gonna watch. But I don't care for it.
He's similar in size. He's
The thing
similar
about
in
Caballero is
skills.
that I think Parker's more than earned a fucking shot by now. If you ask me, it's like
no. That's the thing. It's like I'm not super interested in the fight itself, but Parker's earned a shot. Like it becomes a joke if he doesn't get a shot.
yeah, like that's the reason why I want to see it, bro. Like Parker deserves his fucking shot, and I don't think Caballero or Moses or anybody is above Parker right now.
Nah,
Even if it's an
that's
interesting
where you
fight.
might lose me. Because what is Parker like? Okay, I'll be completely honest. I think Parker's just beating cooler names for people to say that.
He's
'Cause to say
beating
Caballero
the
doesn't earn a shot
bigger
is
names.
ridiculous.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what it
He's
is.
beating the bigger names.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Out of the big wins that Parker got, out of the big wins that he got in his last 3 fights, the only one that I count as a legitimate. Well, I don't want to do that to him because it's disrespectful. But I'm. What I mean is, Wilder was shot. I think we all know Wilder was shot.
Yeah, nobody's talking about Wilder.
Yes.
Martin Bacoli took the fight on 48 hours notice. I picked Parker to win the fight because he took the fight on 48 hours notice. Zhang is the one that you could say, no, that's legit. That he fought for that, and there was no angle. Both guys had a full camp, and he fought and he won, but he barely won. He barely won. Like, you barely won that fight. Barely, because Zhang doesn't do shit after round 6. Basically, he doesn't do shit, just stumbles around. Agit Caballero is the more stiff test for Usyk at this point. If you wanted to see a fight, Usyk in a fight where okay, maybe this is up for grabs. It's Agit more than it's Parker, but Parker does deserve his shot. He does. He deserves his shot
over Caballero.
The thing is, let's analyze Caballero's wins. Frankie Sanchez, Cuban. He doesn't even count. Cuban.
What does that even mean?
You know what I mean?
Yo, no, he was like undefeated in like a top contender. Like he was close to a title shot.
We fucking discount Cubans on this channel. What's the rule, Jules? Never trust the Cuban.
Never trust the Cuban, bro.
Fucking Jules makes Frankie Sanchez sound like a Cuban sandwich out there.
Okay, I give Agit more credit for Frankie Sanchez than I give Parker for Wilder. We can do that. I do give him more credit. I think it's a more solid win for Agit than that was for Parker. Makhmudov is the one I'm like, nah, Makhmudov's no good. He's just no good. He's no good. He's no good.
That's where the Wilder win is a wash with the Makhmudov fight.
Right. So I would say I think of Makhmudov. I do give Agit a bit more credit for Makhmudov than I give Parker for Bacoli. Bacoli took that fight on 48 hours notice, bro. He was fat as fuck, no camp. He's just there for a check. Makhmudov was there to fight. The best win for Agit, I would say, is Zhang. That was a good fight. They both had a full camp. He had to get off the canvas, but he did it, and he did it in better fashion than anyone who beat Zhilei Zhang. He really won, He didn't eke by him like Parker. He didn't rob him like Hrgovic. He beat him, But
he got knocked down?
Yeah, remember, Caballero got knocked down in that fight, bro, off a straight backhand. He got knocked down.
Oh shit! I didn't remember. I remember the body shot.
I think it was in the second round. He got knocked down. He was in front of him a little bit too much. He got knocked down. He got off the canvas and he went back to the body and just kept fucking him up. He got knocked down in that fight. It was quick, But Agit to me has more impressive wins than Parker. I am more impressed by him, but you can't say that Joseph doesn't deserve a shot. He does. He does. He deserves a shot at Usyk. Would you pick Agit to beat Parker?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah, it's not that hard of a pick, to be honest. Like the whole thing with like Usyk, Parker, shit, even Agit. Well, Agit's a bit different, but like basically the whole thing is, hey, you guys are faster than the average heavyweight, have a better gas tank than the average heavyweight. So after that, it kind of becomes an actual skill battle, unlike the other heavyweights where even though Usyk is more skilled than them, it also is kind of a thing of, hey, his gas tank is just better.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it's just not going to matter. But like if you're going into those fights, now it's going to be something like, okay, body shots look like they affect you. Now it's really going to affect you against a guy who could throw body shots for more than 5 rounds without getting tired.
Ray, were you here when we were doing the Holyfield evaluation?
Probably not.
Do you rate Usyk above Holyfield? I do. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I do rate him above Holyfield as a cruiserweight and as a heavyweight. I rate him above him. Do you?
I might have listened to what you were saying, and I did agree where it was kind of just like a lot of the guys Holyfield fought. No, it wasn't that. His record at heavyweight's just not that good straight up, and then he lost to a decent amount of those guys.
Yeah. I think he peaked with the Tyson win in the second fight. He peaked on that, but the rest of it is really up and down. Do you rate Riddick Bowe above Usyk or below?
I can't rate him above because with Riddick Bowe, I feel like, you know what he's like? He's like potential man, really. Like the idea of Riddick Bowe is really cool.
Yes.
But like in reality, when you've seen his career, it's like, yo, that was kind of ass.
Yes. And I felt that way about Riddick Bowe for years. I was just scared to say it publicly because I don't want to argue with a million people. But it's like, Bowe wasn't all that. I'm sorry, he wasn't all that.
He underachieved. He could have been great, Jules, but he underachieved.
Yeah, but when you really look back on the resume, dog, there's not a lot there to remember, bro. Like, it's the Holyfield fight, and that's about it. And
no, but that's what I mean. He underachieved. If his career, if he would have stayed in shape better, he probably has a better career. But his biggest problem was he was never motivated to train. I mean, his own fucking manager, when they were doing the legendary nights on the Bowe Holyfield trilogy, his own manager threw him under the bus and said, Rock Newman said, yeah, he's after the first fight, it was hard as fuck getting this guy to go to the gym on a consistent basis. So even he admitted it.
First, let me read the super chat. David's getting knocked out and Tank retiring would make me hard as a rock. I'm tired of all these fanboys like Ashy and Solidus. To Mirage, you're not the one to talk about resumes because you're literally high on David Benavidez, who has no resume. You got to stop talking about boxing, bro. Your boxing takes are a fucking joke. Now, slide and counter. Wait. Slide and counter. Let me read. Slide and counter said Holyfield does also have wins over Foreman, old Foreman, yes. Bowe, he lost 2. This is what I mean. He has 1 win over Bowe and 2 losses. Tell the whole story. He has 1 win over Moorer and 1 loss. At best, he's 1-1 with Moorer. Mercer, okay. Tyson, okay. I think it's impressive too, slide and counter, but I don't actually think it accents dominance like what you've seen from Usyk, and that's the point I'm making. I didn't say Holyfield doesn't have a resume or that he doesn't have some solid wins. He does. I've always said he's up and down. His heavyweight run was not that successful when you look at it in scale. Like, you lost a lot of those fights. Lost to James Toney, lost to John Ruiz. Tell the whole story. You were not as
Tyson
dominant.
Close to being washed?
No, when you say dominance, you gotta think how many people do you actually pick to beat Usyk at either cruiser or heavyweight? Like, Usyk is pretty dominant in both divisions.
Yeah, if I'm evaluating who do I think was the better cruiserweight and who was in the better era, and a lot of Americans are not going to like this, Usyk fought better cruiserweights than Holyfield did. That's absolutely a fact. Cruiserweights in Holyfield's era weighed like 190 pounds. They were not big guys. Like these guys that are running around now. They're not. They were not big guys. This is a more
they were
mature.
like heavyweights that moved up.
They were fat light heavyweights, basically. You know?
No, it was Holyfield, it was Dwight, and nobody else.
Carlos De Leon was the only other guy at that time that was legit at cruiserweight.
You know? So
take in mind, like, as good as Dwight Cowie was, he wasn't one of those guys that was going to cruiserweight because he wanted to. He was going to cruiserweight because he ate himself out of light heavyweight.
And I think Dwight was a special fighter. We can all agree on that. But he was 5'6", homie. He was 5'6". You can't compare that to these guys that's up there right now. Those are basically heavyweights up there. Basically, those are heavyweights up there right now, bro. The cruiserweights of today would be the heavyweights of yesterday. So yeah, I think Usyk was in a better, more competitive cruiserweight division than Holyfield, and he was more dominant as a heavyweight than Holyfield. He was more dominant than Bowe. If I'm being real, till somebody come in and prove me wrong. He's one of the more dominant heavyweights I've ever seen, which is saying a lot because the heavyweight division is a cruel mistress. It could all be over before you know it. Get hit one good time, happened to Lewis. So
and with Riddick Bowe, 2 of his wins were because his opponent got disqualified for whooping his ass too much. Like,
basically, Galata for punching him in the fucking dick.
The ball Galata.
Unbiased said Usyk's cruiserweight run was better than Holyfield's. I agree with that. I believe he fought better cruiserweights than Holyfield did. I used to wrestle with the idea because those heavyweights back then, they were very aggressive fighters. But if we're just evaluating resumes and how it went, yeah, Holyfield fought a lot of names, but he got beat. That matters whether or not you win or lose, you know. It matters if we're saying this resume is better than that one. It's not better just because the names are on it. It's better when you win. And
I'm very biased because some people have their favorite fighters, and Holyfield's by far my number one favorite fighter of all time. I like the style. I like the dog in them. I like the never quit in him, in his heart. He had a big heart, man. And it was just one of those guys that I always admired the most. So it is tough for someone like myself to hear like someone say,
yeah, but it's not saying that he's not. It's not saying
no,
that.
No. I mean, it's logical, sure, but I mean, for me, it's like fuck. It's one of those things where you've got to take the logical side into account.
The thing is, those Bowe fights took a lot out of Holyfield. It wasn't a lot left of Holyfield after that. After that, it wasn't a lot. He's losing to James Toney. He's losing to John Ruiz. It wasn't a lot left of Holyfield after that trilogy. So
yeah, I mean, he had tremendous heart. That guy.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. He's one of the greats.
I have a question. If Usyk, hypothetically, if Usyk had lost even one of his fights heavyweight, let's say he splits with AJ or splits with Fury, does that still hold true? Is he still a more dominant heavyweight than Holyfield?
No.
Nope.
What saves Usyk, which is it's nuanced. I don't think we're ever going to see it again, is the consistency of all of this. The consistency and the difficulty level. There's not 10 fat guys in between these fights. There's not 10 journeymen. There's not a couple of layups. There's none of that.
To the point.
It's right to the point.
Yeah.
And to be that way, to have that difficulty level, to have to compete at that level consistently, back to back to back to back, that's what drives the point home. Yeah.
And on the road.
Eastern European fighters get fucked on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, bro.
It's unusual for a guy of Usyk's pedigree, where he comes from, to be in the position that he's in. Like, there aren't a lot of them. It's got to be undeniable. And he's
perspective.
He's
Never forget what happened in Haney Lomachenko. That's the point I'm making. It's easy to fuck these guys. It's easy to rob these guys. We see it all the time, dog.
Yeah, Artur never left that to the judges until
three fucking American judges on American soil is crazy.
Yeah. It's rough, man. I mean, Bivol hasn't left it in the judges' hands until recently, and Artur didn't either until recently. So, and that was between them too. And it's got to be undeniable. Like for Better Beef, it's because he knocked everybody out. For Bivol, it's because he barely lost any rounds ever.
Yeah, dog.
You can't deny that.
You probably could count on one hand how many rounds that guy lost before he fought Artur Better Beef. I'll say that dude rarely loses a round.
Yeah,
Bivol. He rarely loses a fucking round.
I think Better Beef's the only guy I saw that he beat Bivol. Like, I saw 5 rounds in a row. Like, he was dominant for 5 rounds, and then he lost the fight because he just didn't have any more left. You saw a little age come in.
Do you like his chances better, Don? Artur's, now that it's going to be in Russia?
I saw the age, and I also saw the fact that Bivol figured it out.
Yeah, but they're going to be a lot. Let's not fucking jerk each other off here, okay? They're in Russia. Nobody gives a fuck about anti-doping testing in Russia.
I hope they fucking juice to the gills, the both of them.
Me too.
I fucking hope that I hope that they take the IV.
Coming out of his fucking
IV out as they're leaving the dressing room. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they both take the IV out and said, "I'm gonna fuck you up."
I want to see Bane versus Hulk, man.
On the way to the ring, it's like the things wheeling behind them, and they just fucking unplug, and then they're fucking ready to go.
The audience, they're throwing syringes at Artur to help him in between.
They got a fucking little slingshot with syringes on, like.
is in between rounds. Their coaches give him a fucking anal suppository. Like, just go, here you go, do it. Let's do this.
They got Russians paying just so they can inject their favorite steroid in the fighter. Like,
I
think it's a factor though that it's in Russia. I feel like this is a factor, and I feel like Artur is closer to Umar than Dimitri is. You know, I feel like because it's Umar's promotion at the end of the day. IBA, that's Umar, and I feel like I've seen even before we got here. I've seen pictures of Umar with Better Beef that they're hanging out and shit.
Who's more Russian out of both of them?
We really got to do this, bro.
The guy that looks like Khabib.
You're gonna fucking ask me that shit?
He's from like Kyrgyzstan, though.
Who does Putin want representing him in the battlefield?
You know, like Bivol's Bivol's Russian, like I'm American, basically. He's like that. Whereas Artur, no, that fucking guy's a Rusky, bro. That guy's please fucking shit. I sing the song.
Forge, dude. He's right. I fucking hope it's a fucking spectacle. Like they come out of the ring like Rocky IV, like out of the ground and shit.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for something.
Like fucking Gangnam Style. Oppa Gangnam Style. You know what I'm saying? Like, pop out a hole in the fucking floor, bro.
Yeah, I listen, I don't know why people are dogging the fighter like, oh, we don't want to see this again. I want to see Benavidez. I'm like, I want to see this again. Like, people were saying this.
You didn't see that?
Have you seen
Chris?
Paulie Malignaggi or what's Chris Algieri and all those guys?
These are the guys that were perfectly okay with Wilder versus Fury 3, even though by all accounts the second fight was supposed to be the last one. Remember, the first one's a draw. Second one was supposed to be the tiebreaker. We ended up with three of those bitches. Fury versus Chisora 3. Why? But this bothers you. They're 1-1 with each other. Both fights were very tight, and this bothers you. And this is the coverage. This is the coverage that boxing gets in America.
Listen, these guys are so good. All they have is each other. At least they have each other. In some divisions, some guys don't have a Better Beef or a Bivol to fight.
I was going to say Jai Opataya, but I do think Zerto stands a chance. I'm not going to act like I don't think. I think he stands
with his new style, maybe, but the power isn't there.
The power's not there, but the gas tank is not there for Jai. If this goes into the later rounds, it favors Zerto.
Yeah,
Jai turns into dog shit round 9, 10, 11. He turns into dog shit.
It favors Zerto on the inside immensely.
I'm digging Zerto's new style, dude. That guy's really impressed me, and he's come a long way.
The shit is that I don't think Oscar wants him to have the fight at the end of the day. Like I don't know that fight is gonna happen because I really don't think Oscar wants it to happen. He doesn't want it to happen.
Just
you don't got the bodies.
Just to circle back to that, the fact that those guys have each other. A lot of guys in the divisions are like they don't have anybody like that. They don't have an arch nemesis that's fucking.
That's how I feel about Sugar Nunez.
Yeah, Sugar Nunez.
That's how. Like if you told me Sugar Nunez O'Shaquie Foster, I got Sugar. If you told me this version of Navarrete, this version of him, yeah, I got Sugar. I got Sugar. And Kakache, come on, what the fuck was Kakache gonna do to Nunez, dog? Hurt his fist with his face? Yeah. What the fuck were you gonna do, dog?
Strategy.
You know, like
that's a strategy.
What was he gonna do? Like, I feel that way about Sugar at 130. That Sugar don't got a guy at 130 where you say that, okay, this guy might beat him. I used to think it was Navarrete, but if you going through that with Charlie Suarez, bro. Yeah, Sugar probably gets you. You
remember Kung Pao Jules, like face to foot style. How'd you like it? That's everyone's strategy against Nunes.
I don't care. I don't mind Navarrete's style. Like it's fucked up, but if he's not in shape, then you can't pull that off.
Yeah,
you need to be in shape. At least some. Like you've got to have some coordination, some stamina to pull that off.
I think he's burned out, bro. I think he's burned out.
It seems like it because. I like his wild style. I mean, when it was on, it's on and it's great.
The Pitufo Diaz fight, the Joet Gonzalez fight, the Liam Wilson fight. Even though he got knocked, I just love fucked up looking shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's entertaining.
You know, but not. I think he's burned out. I think he's burned out, and it's unfortunate that that's one thing that I do blame Top Rank for. I've said it before. That I don't think you guys put him. I think he's tired. He hasn't really been in a big fight. You know what I mean? Like a big one. Like he's never really had like a Valdez. What's the biggest fight that he?
I mean, the Valdez fight was.
No. I know not actually fighting Valdez, but you know, Stevenson versus Valdez was a big fight, right? Well, by the time Navarrete fights that same Valdez, it's not as big a fight. That I don't think he had a big marquee fight. Navarrete, I don't think he did.
It's like that's it.
It's unfortunate to say this. I know a lot of people like to blame Bob, but it's like, okay, what the fuck was he supposed to do? There was not a soul, and I mean a soul, that would have fought him at featherweight. Period. That's not me guessing or anything. That was just never gonna happen. And you go to 130. You know what I see there, bro?
Foster,
I see chopped cheese. I see some gyros. I see whatever wherever Foster's from.
Think about it. What the fuck was the point in even signing Oshaki if you weren't gonna make that fight?
Yeah, you need to make that fight.
I don't know, but would that have been a big fight?
It's a good fight.
Would have got my dick hard.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight. It's not like a huge fight, but it's a good fight.
You think Navarrete wakes up and says, "Oof, I'm about to fight Oshaki Foster next." I'm like, I gotta put down the Skittles for this one. I'm gonna go real crazy with this one, bro.
I don't know if he's eating Skittles, but he's definitely.
I gotta stop working on this roof for this one, bro. We gonna get to that Oshaki Foster.
I'm just saying that.
Hey, you think he's a roofer, like part time? You think he's a roofer?
I think he's.
Shit, that's probably more fun than boxing at this point.
He wants to eat, bro. That's fucking obvious.
He
wants
the
to eat.
truck. He likes tortas.
I mean, he's got titties. They're not big, but he's got them.
He's a saggy.
The only time I saw him excited for a fight or like even interested in one is when he thought he was gonna go to fight Stevenson. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's over, bro. It's over, bro. There's no way this dude."
I think that if they would have timed that right, I'm not even saying that Navarrete would have won, but because he's such an oddball with that stuff, it's just so unconventional. That if they would have timed that right, that probably would have been a hell of a fight.
It would have been a good fight.
Yeah, at 30, yes. I think it would have been Stevenson's toughest fight. It would have been tougher than the
he would have done better than Zepeda.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, because he's so unconventional. Like, bro, the dude
wait.
He's almost not boxing when you think about it. Like,
bro, he's mad unorthodox, bro.
Actually, I forgot. Actually, I take it back. I'm not too sure about that because I remember there was a fight he had a while ago. It was like I think it was for the featherweight title against like Ruben Villa, and I don't think Ruben Villa is like that great, and his game plan wasn't that great. But I remember Timothy Bradley said it. He was like, "Yo, if somebody was like his size doing this, I don't think he'd be winning this fight right now."
I just think about those shovel uppercuts and how he does everything wrong. You've heard it all before. And I think that presents an awkward challenge to what is a textbook fighter, what is a textbook boxer, like a Shakur, that he's just such an oddball. He's hard to figure out. He could make it really awkward. And I think, yeah, like you said, 130, that probably would have been a hell of a fight.
Like, bro, like Navarrete, his style goes against everything that makes sense in boxing. Like when it comes to technicalities, he's the complete opposite, bro. He's an anomaly.
Yeah,
like I said, the dude,
right, his hand goes left, his hand goes right.
You could legitimately argue that Navarrete is not boxing, dog.
He's an octopus, bro. He's an octopus.
He's doing the Zangief shit, the double lariat, bro.
The dude's got like Indian DNA, bro.
He's at a distance where he should throw a jab, and instead he throws an uppercut. Like what?
He learned how to fight during video games. He's that
guy that hits two buttons at the same time with Street Fighter, bro.
He's the button masher, bro. He's the button masher, bro. That's
button masher, bro. Like
he's the
spamming fucking low kicks and shit, bro. Like
he saw the E Honda 100 hand slap and thought that's a challenge.
So Boots is a fucking disappointment.
100%.
You think?
Boots?
But hey, Jules, that's another. That's
Boots,
another.
what did I say? Hang on, no. Alex, let me get this in, Alex.
Come on, man.
What did I say Boots was going to do? I said he was going to fight somebody who was brought up in the same weight class as him, who would be no challenge and had no power. Lo and behold, Josh Kelly.
Jason, is there any consolation that this is a segue? Does it make you feel better about the fight per se? Because it doesn't look like it's going to happen, by the way. But does it make you feel at least a little bit better that this was an effort to get Xander in the ring?
No, because the rankings don't mean shit. They get him in the title shot anyway.
All right. Because that's what it would have been. That Josh Kelly is the highest ranked contender right now via the WBO. You beat him, you get a shot at Xander.
I don't know if you guys have talked about this before, but I said it a couple of times after I saw Xander fight, and I was like, you know what? I think Xander will lose to a lot of people.
Really?
But if he were to fight Boots, I think Boots might be food for him, bro. Like he'd be a nice Philly cheese.
It's the movement. Like we did talk about this once in one of the recent lives. That what's Boots' Achilles heel? We all know what it is. Movers.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Movers.
I just saw this post about Boots, and it says here, yeah, I think he wants another 50 fights before he fights anyone for real.
So Boots needs to get to 84-0 before he finally fights somebody.
Saying.
I'm not going to do him like that because he did fight Stan Lewis when everybody wanted him to, and that was the best guy at welterweight.
Let's just say that maybe I'm not impatient with Boots because I think that I'm cutting him slack that other people aren't cutting him, but it's because I never expected anything spectacular. So I'm really not disappointed. Like, I never thought you was all that. So I'm not really going to be let down. I never thought you was all that. And you're doing things in a way that I expect you to do. I never expected he's going to go up there and fight the biggest, meanest fucking junior middleweight. I never thought that.
It's killing the hype train a little bit now. It's kind of taking away from the hype train.
Yeah, of course. But if you're not one of the people who hyped him up, you're not going to be surprised like what he was going to go up there and fight Bakram right away.
And it's fucking
way.
It's a little weird because you're with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn does throw you in the pit. He does.
Yeah, but we know that this problem is not a matchroom problem because it was with him at Showtime. You talked all that shit, Crawford this, Crawford that, and when they hit you up, you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
You didn't want. This is a Boots thing, not a matchroom. This is a Boots thing. They're trying to make it Eddie's coddling him. He's trying to no that
Eddie
they want to
do that.
He doesn't do that.
Eddie does not do that. We've seen it. We've seen a lot, and that's been an argument too. I mean, listen, if he's the 5 versus 5, he lost all those fights.
Yeah, he
lost
doesn't.
all of
In general, his track record shows he doesn't match his guys soft. So we keep hearing about tune-up fights with you. That's you and that's Bozy doing that. The same way y'all was doing it before. Because how the fuck you got 34 fights at welterweight and the best guy you fought is Stanionis? Who the fuck were the other 33 guys?
I don't know. The thing that I've said about him, it's like, and I said this about a couple of guys too, bro. It's cool, bro. If you want to do this, that's okay. But you need to shut the fuck up. Don't talk about Ortiz. Let that just let him do his own thing, and you can have your 2 tune-ups. And then if you want to fight him after that, cool. But don't mention the guy. Say, oh yeah, we trying to get at him, and then this happened.
Bozy said he was ducking, bro. That's the worst part.
Did you
Bozy
see the,
accused Virgil of. It's like, yo, dog, like, y'all got to stop putting mics in front of Bozy. He making this shit way more difficult than it need to be. And look, I'm not gonna call Virgil no ducker. I don't even believe that shit. Like, bro, Virgil doesn't look scared of people. I'm just gonna be real. He don't look like a scary guy. I'm not saying he's a fucking animal, but the idea, he running from Boots. Why? Why would he be running from Boots? Boots
because of that awesome Sergey Lipinets when Jules had really scared Vidra.
Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Go ahead, bro.
I made people mad because I said Boots is the fucking eye test champion of the world. Pound for pound eye test champion of the world.
Honestly, though, he got like 3 eye test titles, bro.
Tank is the eye test champion of the world, bro. Yo, with his eye test, Tank is able to beat Roberto Duran. I've never seen nobody say that about Boots.
That's a hell of an eye test, right?
That's an eye test right there.
That's a
eye
fucking
test.
eye test. But he's
Jules, it's like I said earlier.
I want to get this out before anybody says it. I don't think 154 is going to be kind of boots, and I think that a loss is not that far away. That for him to stay winning at this weight, they're going to have to be very, very fucking careful.
I agree.
Very careful. Very careful.
We're going to implement strategy.
Jules, it's like I told you. I think he resembles more Terry Norris than anybody else that I've seen. As far as like the hype and everything about his career, like it just feels like a guy who is more hype than substance.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Because on one end, I don't want to be overly critical because I think that's just boring and overdone. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but you're losing a lot of advantages now, and your X's and O's were not great to begin with. Your defense was not great at welterweight. You got hit with shit. I saw it. You got hit with
from
shit.
subpar competition.
Right? And now you're going to be, and now you're fighting bigger guys. Not what you're going to be. Well, you're going to be, you know? And I'm like, well, what if Jesus Ramos hits you like that? You know? What if Madrimov hits you like that?
Hey,
How do you
Jules,
handle it?
So who do you think's going to be his Julian Jackson then?
It could be Madrimov. It could be Boachuk. No. Let me remove Boachuk.
Could be
because I don't. Yeah, it could be back rub. Let me remove Boachuk because I don't think Boachuk is coming back.
He's going to 60, isn't he?
He's gonna. I think he's gonna go to 60 because he blew the weight. But Backrom, if he hits you, I don't know how you gonna take that. If he hits you, I don't know.
Yes.
And he's not a small 154 back rub. He's a big 154.
Big 154.
So
if what this goes to, Jules?
Go ahead.
I've been saying this for a long time. Boots is a really good fighter, but we don't know if he's great. He doesn't have tested metal. Like, if he gets rocked for real, what did he have in his toolbox that he can go to be able to overcome that, to be able to navigate through that?
Do you see a dog in him? Because I don't. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm being that I don't see a dog in him.
I wouldn't go that far. So actually, ironically, I have a different take on this. I think there is a dog. I think he, like, when shit actually doesn't go well, and in a lot of his fights, if you actually watch some of them, like, I want to say against Avanesian and against the second fight with what's his name.
But that's the shit.
No, wait. Let me land the plane.
Right. Think about it. The example of his
I know
dog
what you mean. But let me land the plane. His only thing he goes to after shit doesn't go well, like when his boxing skill doesn't go well, which is kind of often, is I'm gonna just stand here. I'm gonna try to overpower you with size and strength, which he can do. And he's just digging in and just doing that. The problem is at 54, a lot of people are your size. And this is why I don't compare him to Terry Norris like Don did, because Terry Norris actually showed, like, hey, if I can't beat up a dude at close range, oh no, you compared the height, my bad. But even then, if I can't beat you at like close range, which he couldn't, some guys, he could box. Boots just can't do that.
No, he can't.
Flat out, he just can't. He doesn't have the ability.
He's not that good a boxer.
If Virgil says, yo, I'm gonna press you, and Boots says, my skills aren't good enough, he's gonna try to fight him toe to toe and lose.
Still kind of think of that fight as a 50-50 fight. It's kind of. Because the shit is, it's not like Virgil's fucking punching guys' heads off at 54. He's not punching guys' heads off.
But he's not punching natural bigger guys' heads off. Like the two guys that Boachuk he blew the weight, so he's a little bigger, and so Madrimov is more solid. So he's not doing that, and I don't think he's going to be doing that much damage to these guys. But he's going to earn their respect with those punches.
Hey, question, y'all. Oh, go ahead, read your super chat. I'm sorry.
Shout out to more. Hello, boxing fans, Jules and panel and chat. Just a small contribution and appreciation. Fun. Subscribe. Appreciate you, more. Appreciate you. Go ahead, bro.
Where would y'all rank your top 5 at 154 currently, right now, as we speak?
Okay, let me start. I think we got to give number 1 to Sebastian. I think we do. Because Bakrom's got 1 win that counts. Sebastian's got the win over Lubin, 2 wins over Zoo. He's been and the win over Sergio. Sergio was a solid guy, that Argentinian guy that he fought. Fundora didn't look great, but I would give him number 1, Bakram number 2, I don't even know if I should put Xander at number 3. To be honest, I don't even know. All right, number 3, Xander, because he has a belt. But then, yeah, he doesn't have a.
That's a tentative 3.
Because he did beat Patrick Teixeira, right? Former champion.
Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Where would you?
That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro. Motherfucker said Patrick Teixeira, bro.
I'm saying.
I would say he's 5 at best, Joe.
Okay. So Ignacio, who would you put ahead of Xander?
Virgil and fuck. After Virgil, it's kind of tough because there's not really anyone else. I mean, you already mentioned Sebastian.
Ignacio, would you trust if he could make the Virgil the Boachuk that Virgil fought? Does Xander beat him?
No.
You don't think he beats him?
No. Because Virgil had enough pop in his hands.
Whoa, wait.
To have
No, I
him
disagree. No,
respect
he
him.
would school him. I take it back.
Boachuk?
Yeah, he would school him. I forgot. Holy shit. My bad. I was confused for a second, but I remembered I watched him fight Mikkel Fox, bro, and then I was like, oh shit, that dude's not that good.
Let me say this. He did look like shit with. I saw that fight. He did look like shit with Mikkel Fox. The thing is, the reason that I asked that is, Boachuk is a pressure guy, but his best punches are straight. They're not hooked like Jorge shit, where you could weave under it. You know, you could see it. His best punches are straight. He's going to keep coming at you with straight punches. I think that makes him more dangerous to Xander than Jorge was. I don't know. I don't know that Xander beats that guy. I'm not saying he don't. I'm saying I don't know.
I don't look. Here's one thing I've seen about pressure guys, and it's like when I see them get called pressure guys, and I'm like, okay, at least this is my opinion. Your ability as a pressure guy, to me, is justified as how good you are against pure boxers, because that as pure pressure, because that's going to be the most difficult matchup you're going to have as a pressure guy. If you're not like that, you're just basically a boxer puncher that can't punch that hard.
Yeah, but Xander doesn't have power.
Cool.
He's going to knock Boachuk out?
Yeah, but Xander would be a problem for Boachuk, though. Xander would be a problem for Boachuk.
Not go all rounds?
You think Xander would be a problem for Boachuk?
Absolutely, because Mikkel Fox, we gave him all sorts of problems. It was a debatable win, and I think Xander's better than Mikkel Fox.
But can Xander keep him honest, though?
Because I remember
Mikkel Fox kept him real honest.
In the Fox fight, what helped Fox was he was moving around a lot. I remember he was moving around a lot. He was setting traps. He was on the perimeter of the ring. That was enough for him to give Boachuk problems. But how much of that do you think was the weight, though? Trying to make the weight. That maybe that wasn't the last fight. That was the second to last fight, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
That wasn't Boachuk's last fight, right?
That was his last fight.
That was his last fight. Yeah.
That's the one where he blew the weight. Then.
No, he didn't blow the weight.
No, he did. He was like,
he did blow the weight.
And the fight was at one.
I didn't even know that.
He's got to move up now.
I know Mikkel Fox
a hard time making that weight.
Do you think that Boachuk has improved since then to now?
No, I think no. What the?
No, like he improved. If he did show improvement from the Brandon Adams fight, he showed improvement.
Boachuk is better. Who Boachuk is.
Yeah, but he when he throws his punches, he's more defensible now than he was when he fought Brandon Adams. That he keeps his hands at home better than he used to. You know, because he was in there with Brian Mendoza. He protected himself well. He protects himself better, not a lot better, but better than he used to. Like better than when he fought Brandon Adams, because Brandon knocked him out. See what I mean? So, did he improve? Yes, but not by much. Not by much.
Yeah, my problem with Xander is that he just doesn't hit hard enough.
He doesn't.
Like you can say, oh, he's skilled, he does this, he does that, but someone's just going to take one of his punches one day and just goes, "Oh, you're a bitch," and just
knowing the other thing is that the other thing is that he's always got to be in it for the long haul. So you have to trust that he won't gas out, because if you get tired, that's your ass. You don't hit hard. All you got is that you got enough cardio to move around and keep boxing.
Listen, if somebody takes it to his body, he's in trouble.
Hey, would you guys agree with me with this? Xander has Devin Haney like qualities in some capacities, kind of like a Puerto Rican Devin.
You're not no. Listen, you're not gonna steal my shit. You're not gonna steal my fucking
That's
shit.
your
'Cause
shit?
I said that. I fucking said that on Saturday. I said he's the
I've been
Puerto
saying
Rican
that too.
Devin Haney. I
I
said
thought I was the
that.
first.
He's
I thought we was okay.
Puerto
I'll let
Rican
you have
Devin
it.
Haney.
You got it. You got it. It's your phrase, not mine.
He just has more of a work rate than Devin, but bro, he's Puerto Rican Devin.
I was gonna say he punches way too much to be a Devin Haney. Come on now.
Those holds were nasty at the end. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like when he hugged his waist just starting the round, I was like, oh my god, bro, no way, bro.
And that's why I'm
shit
starting.
to watch.
That's why I'm starting to wonder about the Fundora fight. That if you're uncomfortable on the inside, well, what you have to get inside on Fundora. You can't fight him long distance. You're gonna be a sitting duck if you try to do that. You have to get inside on him. But watching him with Jorge, whenever Jorge got in, first thing he did, time up. Like, are you uncomfortable with something, bro? You're not comfortable fighting on the inside? That's a problem.
And with Fundora having a jab now you have to work to get inside him. You have to work to get inside him. He's better on the inside, and he hits harder.
And we know you're not gonna knock him out. You're not knocking Fundora out, bro. Like, you're not knocking. Damn, dog. You know, Xander, he's a good kid. He means well, but
only thing I wonder with the Fundora fight is like, how fast is Fundora compared to Xander?
He doesn't need to be that fast because he has ring coverage, bro.
He has coverage with his reach and length.
You could argue maybe Xander is marginally faster, but because of how much ground he has to cover just to hit this fucking guy, or Sebastian don't need to be nowhere near him to touch him with a punch. And he's using that. He's using it now. He's jabbing. He's moving a little bit. He's keeping that space. Even if Xander is marginally faster, Sebastian makes up for it in length.
Would you agree with this though, Jules? I think they better get him now because I think if they get Xander later, Xander's going to continue to improve, and that gap narrows.
I agree with that because he's 22. I agree with that.
I
agree.
I don't know, like the thing with Sebastian, right? And it's like I don't want to do this because people are going to say, "Yo, you taking credit away from his win." Yo, I already said he was going to win that fight. You kind of fought a
If you said that, you're covered. If you said that, if you picked him to beat Zoo, you're covered.
It's like I kind of like looked at that fight. I was like, bro, I think Zoo just might be cooked. The improvements are there, which will make it a lot easier. But it's like that dude might be cooked. And honestly, I don't know what it is. The way he just started, the way he was fighting, it's just like been something I kind of like noticed. I was like, it's just not something I like, man. Like hands a bit too low. The way he swings for his shots.
You talking about Sebastian?
No, Zoo.
He fought like a fucking mummy. Was the problem? He didn't fight in the second fight the way he did in the first. In the first, you could see that he was trying to get in. Is the thing. He was trying to get in. In this one, he's stepping out, and I'm like, yo, this guy's not to talk shit, but I'm saying like he's stepping out. He's gonna be a sitting duck. You got to step in on Sebastian. If you're way out there, he can hit you. You can't hit him. And he kept stepping out, and he don't bend it. He don't bend at the waist. He fought like a mummy. Like he is like this.
Yeah,
you fight like a mummy.
You really can't afford to count on the end of those punches on someone that damn tall. I mean, because he's going to get maximum leverage, and we saw what happened.
I want to know what fucking trainer thought, Sebastian Fundora with that height and that reach, let's stay on the outside with him. I mean, which brainiac
hold on. Fundora is known for inside fighting, though, as a tall guy.
Yeah,
he's known for that. So you've got an uphill battle here. You got a guy that's lengthy that can fuck you up from the outside, but he's really good on the inside also. He was known for that.
I disagree. I disagree with you, Don. While he was known for fighting on the inside, he wasn't good on the inside. That's how Brian got him, and that's why for a long time most people said, "Yo, it's only a matter of time before Sebastian get knocked the fuck out." Because you 6'4", my God. Why you fighting like you 5'2"? You got all that height just to give it up. He fight on the inside, but I wouldn't say he's good on the inside. He fight there.
I mean, he only lost one fight, so I don't.
Yeah, but he got knocked down by Lubin. Remember, he got before he lost. He got knocked down by Lubin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that it was more of a indictment on on how Tim Tszyu is shot. I still don't hold Fundora at high stock. I can't.
Two things could be true at the same time.
I've never bought into it.
Was Tszyu shot? I think he was.
Yeah.
But Sebastian did get better because he didn't give up his height, which is why the fight was easier. You saw he made a conscious decision to throw straight punches, keep him at arm's length. He did do that.
It's amazing.
You put him in front of anybody else too, he would have lost too. I think you would put him.
Can I also say something else too? By the way, it's like we always say this thing about like Bakram, where it's like, yo, Bakram really only got the Tim fight. Why people don't have that energy for Sebastian? I dare you to say Lubin, by the way.
Come on, he fucked up Lubin, man. He did fuck him up.
Okay. And
did fuck him. All right, here's the thing.
I don't know why Lubin's still in the game, dude. I thought he lost.
You know who fucked up Lubin? Charlo. How long did that take?
When him and Ramos fought, I thought they robbed Ramos from that fight.
I thought they robbed Ramos too.
And I don't know why Lubin's still in the fucking game. It's just like,
but if you doubt, for anyone on the panel who doubts Sebastian, my question to you is, how many guys at 154 do you think beat him besides Bakram?
Virgil.
You think Virgil beats him? Okay. Jesus Ramos?
I think he beats him too.
Okay.
I don't know how confident I am in that one. I'm not gonna lie. Mostly because I'm just not sold on Ramos.
I'm confident in all those three beating him. I'm confident in all
Ray, do you think Madrimov? Do you think if
Madrimov? I think Madrimov beats him too.
Wow, I'm not sure.
I don't think Madrimov beats him. No, I
have more confidence in Ramos beating him than Madrimov.
Madrimov is a little fucking guy, bro. He's not a big 154.
I think Sebastian got lucky with that cut. I think he got lucky with a shot Tim Tszyu. I can't.
You don't think he got better, Don? You don't think he's better?
He made adjustments, sure, and an adjustment to a guy that's fucked up in the head. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, we got to see how his next fight goes.
Yo, you think that Madrimov's breakdancing could beat him?
The shit is. Look, that hop, dog. You gotta account for a lot of size that he got on you, dog. You really gotta stay on him. See, the shit with Israel, he throw you off with that hop because you don't know when he's gonna jump in, right? That's what throws people off. Well, Sebastian don't really need to worry about that because you a low ass motherfucker to him. He gonna see it all. So the way for Israel to deal with Sebastian, yo, you just gotta stay on him. Fuck the hop. You just gotta stay on him. You gotta pressure, because you're too fucking little to be on the outside.
No, that you can't do that pendulum step on him because sure, it's confusing, but all Sebastian has to do is take one step back and
he's
just dancing.
And he's out of range and he could counter you. I wouldn't be surprised if Israel won. I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know. I don't know. You got with Sebastian, for Israel, as small as he is, you just got to stay in his chest that whole fight. You got to stay in his chest and stay on.
Madrimov doesn't really fight like that.
Well, then now you understand why I don't know if he wins. That's why I don't know if he wins. Shout out to Lalo. Who's your pick for the doubleheader later this morning? Vargas versus Higa. I got Higa, and I got Taraji. Ordinary picks, which reminds me, I need to go to sleep because I want to get up early and watch that shit. I'll see you motherfuckers tomorrow night.
I will be picking Vargas.
You got Vargas?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's some hating shit right there.
I don't even dislike Higa.